so we can get into the session. What do you guys remember from last session?
We made it to a town that is protected by... It's not rangers, but it's like by a guild. It is the Rangers Guild?
Yes.
Okay. And they don't hate it, except for the kid behind the bar, who we're pretty sure something sus is happening with that. So, and we're looking for a guy. Well, you're looking for a person.
Yeah, I'm looking for an ex-ranger who is assumed to have killed his partner and fled north to the area of Giants.
For a long time, I thought maybe the kid, but I'm like, the kid's partner is probably, or the kid's dad is probably the partner that got killed.
I'm assuming it's the kid's dad who was the traitor, because he...
See, I thought that too, but now that you say that, I'm like, he was really hating on that guy. Because he left. I don't. There's a lot that could happen.
Yeah, you guys
made it to Nyx.
Yeah.
We made it to Nyx. Lord Dinar, Lord of Nyx. Forefathers started the Rangers Guild. Also mentioned that we entered a rowdy bar.
Yes, the Brambleberry.
Yep. And then
You creeped a lot of
Jahan
people
hasn't
out.
been seen in 5 years. So the person that you were looking for, or you were questing a bunch about Jahan.
No, I wasn't.
No?
I was looking for...
Oh, okay.
I was trying to get her to notice if the kid said anything to his mom.
Yeah.
I was helping you not creep everybody out, but also get songs that you wanted played.
We had an encounter. Yeah, I rolled high on my intimidation checks and stuff. We had an encounter. Fought some giants. You killed You killed Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rob Zombie's back.
I like it how it's you killed Rob Zombie.
Gotta lay the guilt on my DM. Come on. So Rob Zombie's down. And I think mostly, just in general, we made our way through. We started the session not even in Port Novus, so we made our way quite the little adventure. It was mostly a travel session.
You guys started all the way south in Legatio and then made your way north to Port Novus. You followed the road, following the coastline all the way north before landing up in Nyx, hidden in the U Forest. Nyx, most famously, is protected by the Rangers Guild. It's the host to it. And so their borders are protected by the Rangers. There's no standard wall around the city. And instead it's in such a dense forest that it stops any sort of larger creatures known to roam the northern areas.
And if they do get close enough, the Rangers take them out.
Exactly. You guys also know about the Giants Forest just east of Nyx. Something has been occurring there that's causing giant creatures to flee and terrorize the areas around, blocking foot roads from Nyx to Lakefront, as well as starting to populate as far south as the Dark Woods. You guys actually learned about that way back in session 2 when you met Benjamin, the old frizzled man with his ferret who had been traveling south, fleeing the dark forest that he had made his home for a long, long time.
Not gonna lie, I'm gonna just be proud that I remembered as much as I did. I never do.
You guys were set up with housing in the Brambleberry Inn. You guys met Edwin and Yasona, the mother and son innkeepers. The Brambleberry is a massive inn. So the first floor is just a massive bar. The bar sits in the center of the room. It's one of those 360 bar countertops. And all the housing is upstairs. You guys just finished a long rest. And yeah, it's the next morning.
Next morning, in what inn was it called again?
The Brambleberry.
Brambleberry. And this is the main inn inside Nyx, right?
Yes.
Kind of. Is it central to town, or is it closer to northeast?
It is pretty. It's towards the northern end for sure, but the town isn't like perfectly circular.
Right.
So it's fairly close to.
Would Sal have figured, or just from a, I'm not even gonna say passive perception, but intuition almost, understand a city layout, or would that take some time to explore?
It was pretty simple. When you guys entered, the road enters in the south side of the town. There's a main road that runs up, and it seems to be almost entirely residential. Mm-hmm. In the center of the town is a large yew tree, somewhere split between like a giant's tree, like you see in the giant's forest, versus it's got the shape of a yew where it branches out. It crested inside that tree is a large town hall.
Yes.
Around that is a lot of shops and inns, one of which being the inn that you guys are at. The inn is on the northeastern side of that town center, or northwestern side of that town center. And then there's that river that flows down from the back mountain range, curves around, like comes down on the northeast, cuts across the north side, and then comes down and trails off into the forest on the west side of the city. On the other side of that creek is just green grass hills that crest up into the mountain, and then those have large mansion-style buildings that are built and sectioned off into there.
Having spent the night in the Bramble Inn, Brambleberry?
Brambleberry.
Berry, sorry. I didn't finish that. Would Sal have noticed what type of population is around here? Like, is it mostly humans? Or the rangers? It's mostly humans. Mm-hmm. So I'm not seeing a bunch of... Yeah, obviously...
You do see all sorts of races. You see tieflings, you see orcs. Strangely enough, the race you see the few of is elves. You see almost no elves.
Fewest is elves, okay.
Being so far north, kind of on the edge of the world here,
mm-hmm.
It seems to be a refuge for a lot of outcasts, so you actually do see a much more colorful variety of the races that populate Spey compared to some of the other cities close to the water.
Okay, and with that, am I getting obviously the singers were wigged out with me, or Sal,
mm-hmm.
Staring intently like a snake would, but are a lot of people seem off-put comparative to where I've been. Now that I've been to several larger name cities, yeah, how is Sal feeling with the general people turning an eye at her? Is it less or is it more in a place like this?
In a place like this, it's less, okay. For sure. You still get a number of side glances. You're not somebody that they've seen before. However, it is significantly... people seem to stare for significantly less amount of time than they did in other cities. It seems that once their intrigue is satisfied, they move on, versus in other towns you've got kind of the unwelcoming stare of, we don't want you here.
Okay. Alright, that answers that. I just wanted a little bit of information on Nyx. Thank you.
Our primary objective or mission was to go to Nyx and investigate why the Giants are going further south. We were supposed to bring Greyhelm with us.
We were doing that.
He did.
He did die.
He didn't die.
Well, so it's not that you were bringing Greyhelm with you, but Greyhelm was traveling back to Nyx after this council meeting.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to go with us. I think he was stopping at Nyx.
Oh, okay.
Essentially just said it'd be safer if you guys traveled together heading north.
Yeah.
Joke's on him. It certainly wasn't.
Wow. Just dark sense of humor on that side of the table.
Did you try to loot him?
No! No. That's not what I was trying to do.
Alright, let's see. I guess what Manny would try to do would just be hanging around the common area, listening in and see if there's any talk or Any talk of giant problems,
Mhm.
or any rumors that have been spreading?
Yeah, heading down to the bar level, it is already populated by people eating breakfast before starting their day. It seems that this is also very much imagine like a restaurant diner in the way that a lot of people who obviously were not staying here overnight are still coming in for like a morning breakfast rush. There is being food that's handed out at different tables. And you notice that that center bar has it's built around a central pillar, and it seems that they have little doors on them that hot food seems to be coming down, kind of like a dumbwaiter built into that pillar. And so they're just slinging dishes off, and those people are then picking up their dishes and walking back to their table and sitting down and eating.
Okay, I'll try to grab a hot dish and sit down somewhere.
Cool. Walking up, yeah, you can just order a hot dish, hot food, and move on. It's like a hash brown egg mix. The meat is.
That's me, something like the thing you made last time for the potluck. Like that egg breakfast scramble.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like it's a mash of
Mash,
like,
yeah.
eggs and meat and everything.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah. Looking around, a lot of people just seem to be content on eating their food. They're leaving, small conversations. For the most part, you don't overhear a lot of conversation regarding the giant creatures. This seems to be a normality. I mean, they've been moving south into the fields for months now, and so the people have kind of gotten used to the idea of it, but they still are relatively safe in the city, with the rangers keeping a border guard.
Okay. I'll probably wait for everyone to come down from their rooms to get everyone together.
I go down. Are we leaving? We got a job to do. We can't just hang out here.
Oh, have you tried the food here? It's delicious.
What you
I
find
mean, we
delicious
can eat.
isn't always delicious for everyone, Manny.
Oh, well, have you tried it? Oh, yes, never mind.
I've tried plenty of your things. I'm quite content not to anymore.
Oh, that's fair. You know, to each their own.
I don't think she's tried a single thing of yours yet.
Oh. I'm a good cook.
Did you ever find this person you're looking for?
I think I last heard they ran north into the giant mountains, so that's where we'll have to try and find them.
Is that really top priority?
Well, we're supposed to discover information about giants, and if they're all fleeing from the north...
Wasn't it east from here? Or
Well, yes, you have some giants that are fleeing and are in the hills that are southwest to us now. That's where we're making mention of, I guess, seeing giant humanoids and some giant birds as well.
So this is the Giants Forest. These
Yeah.
3 trees are marked here.
so we gotta go east, not north.
Heading north heads to the wildlands that then borders into the freezing plains that will lead into the northern mountain range and passes beyond.
Is that where I heard Yehan was fleeing
Yehan,
towards?
his partner was found dead in the snow just at the border, the northern border of that forest, leading into the freezing plains. His footprints leading north into the freezing plains, where they're impossible to track.
Probably because he went into the water and went south. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I say, well, let's go investigate the giant forest first, and see what's causing them to flee south.
We can, yes. I think that's a good idea. We can always make plans to go north later. I've never been north on this island.
Well, you're probably the most north you've ever been.
No, I'm from the north, on the other island. I
So
know You guys don't always believe there is another island, but there is. And I've lived north on there.
Kind of like where the snake lady's from? Another island?
Yeah, we could be roommates. For all you know.
I don't think you would do well in cold climates.
You don't?
I think you're from the south. I'm from the north. But maybe we're both from the same island.
Apparently my
Not from
clan's
Spain.
dead and murdered. Or non-existent. Or... I'm adopted now.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Oh, do you have your war paints that you've been using, or is that something you have?
I don't know if we've... I mean, I think it's part of my coloration, and it would be more like a makeup type thing situation. So, but does it have any mechanics in your?
No, it was.
It's poisonous to you guys.
Yeah, it is. It's made from a toxic venom,
Mm-hmm.
and so like if other people were to put that war paint on them,
Be a little acidic to the skin.
there's a chance that they could get burned or poisoned from it. But it's just essentially like purple tribal paint.
So last resort, we just feed you to a monster to try to kill it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's-
it's covered in
Sure,
poison.
Manny.
Only if you agree to consenting to me using your body if you die.
I don't plan on dying anytime soon.
Remember this discussion?
But, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I won't need my
It's
body.
the same thing. I will give you consent. You give me consent.
Consent is awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like a mutual agreement. Both
Mutual.
own each other's bodies when we die. Alright.
This was a
Okay.
good deal.
Yeah.
I feel like you definitely got the better end of this deal than Manny did. Good
We're
job.
about to go,
It's the best
potentially
bartering I've
get
ever seen you
eaten.
do.
by. I think I've made plenty fine barters.
Plus, if he needs me as another Bob, I can still hang out with y'all.
I'll give a
We'll still be
preferred
friends.
name. I can use that instead.
Can Bob talk?
Call me Bob.
Mob.
Mob.
Alright. Mob it is. If Manny dies,
I get his body and call him Mom.
got consent.
um,
So, query to the party. Do we know what giant we're looking for?
I think we're looking in the giant forest to see what is going wrong. Because
don't know what we're
something
looking
is
for.
making giant creatures flee where they normally called home.
I just have to throw this out here. If there's a giant spider,
You can have its body.
okay, that was easy.
That was easy.
That was easy.
I don't know if an exoskeleton works exactly the same way as a skeleton, but we'll solve that problem when we get to it later.
I just think about giant spiders and having something to ride. A snake and a spider? Quite a combination.
I know they're hydraulic powered spider legs. They push fluid into their legs to extend and contract them. So I don't know.
You said hydraulic spider, and I thought of like Wild Wild West.
I
And
played,
like,
wow.
he's not playing as artificer right now.
do we need anything before we leave here?
You once asked, and I don't know how much I care, but you once asked if we could heal any of you. And I have one spell, but I don't remember if any of you guys could heal me.
Well,
With the exception of you. You don't count in this.
she
That's
can
your
heal
job.
too.
She has things.
She has things. Swifty does.
You have powers. I think
So
that's the biggest sentence I've heard her all say all week.
Wow, she's feeling extra chatty.
I know. It's pretty impressive.
oh, I also forgot. I have
What about
the
you, Manny?
involving
Do you
elixir
do any
intimate-
druidy
intimidation.
things that
Well, I could,
But he doesn't want to.
but I don't want. I like hitting stuff with my hands and my paws.
okay, that's fair.
So I have one potion that resets each dawn. Do we need any other potions? I mean,
we
obviously through spells I can do things, but
we did shop
I
recently,
was just
so
thinking about that the other day.
What?
The endless.
yeah,
What is it called? I don't remember.
the evolving I just had it.
Evolving elixir of endless.
The evolving elixir of infinite invigoration.
Oh yeah.
Because you had to make it a mouthful.
Yep.
Um,
Most potions are.
yeah. So, I have one of those. I also have, like, the little potion bottles are behind you in, like, a little box, I think, in that center section, but I'm not sure. We'll worry about that another day.
let's see. So I think the only
Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's in the library.
So my only mechanic for healing you is reliant upon me using a higher level spell. But
well,
I can technically heal you.
So
And
what-
I know you care about life way more than I would expect somebody of a death domain.
there it is. Thank you. You get to use 44. That one, no.
Oh, those are cute.
I know, aren't they adorable? Katie got them for me. So we're on this side, healing potion. That's the
You can
only
put
one
that
we
in
have.
the cubbies.
Huh?
You can put that in the cubbies.
Oh my gosh, I could! Nope, too tall.
Oh.
Oh, those ones will fit.
We could probably do some shopping before we go to the forest if we need to grab some more. So there's a store around here.
Well, I do have
Good sir, innkeep.
some abilities to heal.
The kid looks up at you. Yeah?
Tell me, where can I find potions?
Well, there's an alchemy
Hurry
shop.
up. I don't need a long story. Where at?
There's an alchemy shop just outside. You go out to
And
the
you're
left,
certain?
go down 4 buildings.
4 buildings.
Yep.
You're not confused?
No.
So rude.
Okay.
Goodbye, Snake Lady.
Those are all ones.
She just rotates in her chair and doesn't look at him anymore.
I just like playing these.
Manny,
Yup.
there's an alchemy station about 4 buildings down.
Oh, let's go do some shopping.
Lead the way.
If you buy one, I'll give you one for my little stash of potions.
I guess. Does everyone want to go to the alchemist potion shop?
Yes.
I'm
Alright,
just thinking, even though I have spell mechanics, that I should probably, with only 4 players, should probably, and just 1 cleric, I should probably get something that can potentially heal people.
Yeah. I'm thinking ultimately it would be nice if I went down if somebody else. I know she's helped me out from dying, but just
Yeah.
saying. However, I might also just go off this character. Who knows?
Oh.
She might just die one of these days, and I just let her die.
I get up and I'll head towards the alchemy station.
Okay. Yeah, just heading down. Doesn't take you long. The building's down. You can see there's the Brambleberry located down in the center of town is near a lot of shops.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, heading inside. Shopkeeper behind. There's it's a very simple room. There's a couple shelves that are stacked to the brim with different ingredients, plants that are growing and like draped down. There are potions on the wall. A older halfling male. How can I help you?
Hello, good sir. I'm assuming you're good.
I imagine so.
I am looking for a potion
Of course.
of healing specifically. At a good price, at that.
Well, we've got them for different sizes. I've got regular potions of healing. I've got some greater potions of healing. And then I've got a few superior potions.
Let's see what just your regular costs.
Regular just potion of healing is 50 gold. Greater potion of healing is 125 gold.
So bad.
Superior is 250 gold.
Also not bad.
I like the name Superior. Sounds better to me. Give me 3 of those.
Which
Here,
one are you
you
getting?
can
Sorry.
have that side.
The Superior.
That's my full stock. I only have the 3.
Well, I'll take one then, and if y'all want to buy one, y'all can share those.
I have enough that I can heal you guys. I'm just more looking for if I fall down.
Is anyone feeling generous and help Sal with 12 gold?
Yes. You do. You only need 12.
Yes, you guys usually pay for my lodging, and I don't eat the same things you guys eat.
Yes, and I'm wondering why you don't have money.
I bought a new, and I show like a necklace,
Gotcha.
jewelry. It's very important.
Are
I'll
you
get a
buying-
normal. Yeah.
Don't actually drink them.
Don't tell me what to do.
I will tell you what to do. I'm your wife.
What flavor are these?
Poison.
Cherry.
Oh,
Can't you tell by the color?
it could be raspberry, could be strawberry,
Touche, touche.
Schnozberry.
could be schnozberry, could be salmonberry,
Brambleberry.
could be gooseberry.
Which one's your favorite?
Of
The flavor?
potions? Oh, flavors?
Yeah.
Cherry.
That was anticlimactic. So, just for curiosity, what do alchemy shops sell other than just health potions? Because that's the only reason I've ever stepped foot inside of here.
Well, I sell potions for any need that could arise. Potions that will make you more resilient. Potions that can help you get to places you wouldn't otherwise be able to get to. Things that could help you read or think more clearly. Things that could make you stronger. Things that could turn you invisible or make you fly.
Do you have a potion of cold resistance?
Yeah. Actually, one of my specialities. We sell them quite a lot. They use them a lot when they're traveling north.
How many do you have?
I've got a lot.
Can I get 4?
So, a potion of cold resistance, because they are my specialty. They are discounted a little bit more than the rest, and so they're only 250 gold a piece.
Okay. So that's 1,000. 1,000 gold. Okay. Thank you. Save me a trip. And let's see if I can find that as a potion.
Well, I think that's all I will need from this shop.
No problem.
Put those in a haversack. That's fine, yeah.
What was that potion that makes you stronger?
I've got a few different ones. I've got a couple that are derived from hill giants.
Ooh.
They are they're 1,000 gold each. And then I've got a couple for stone giants, and those ones run to 2,500.
Cool. That sounds expensive. Never mind. I think I'll just stick to my claws.
Okay. If you're out and about and you find any toes from giants, I'll gladly take them.
Okay.
Well, that's good to know.
Toes from giants, he says. I like
Wait,
collecting dead body parts.
Didn't I? Oh, wait, we already sold them. That's why I was like, they're not in my inventory. Because you just gave me a price for them.
Sweet. Are we ready?
Looks like we're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
She's called me captain now. You call me boss lady.
You
It's
were
all
boss
really
lady,
good.
but you got demoted.
Whoa!
You can't decide that.
Yeah.
Drama is happening.
You haven't paid me, so.
You didn't
I'm
ask to
not
be
the
paid.
boss. Well,
It's not in
right.
your contract.
guess the only contract we have is dead body contract now. Well, well, you can be the boss of me when I'm dead.
I will. I will indeed.
Alright, well, let's go check out this forest.
So you guys are going to make your way out of the city.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, following the road south, back out of Nyx, you were told that you could try and make your way through the forest and cut across. All you'd have to do is follow the river east and stay on the south side of it and eventually break it. But you're also told that unless you know your way around it, it's going to be faster to leave the forest and then cut across the southern border of the U forest. So then heading south takes you about a day's travel before you reach around the bend of the forest. So exiting, following the southern border, cutting back north until you reach the river exit of the U forest. You guys could see south. If anybody wants to make a perception check of the rolling hills.
Perception?
Yeah.
Oh, natural 20. 24.
You would definitely see it then.
23.
Just before you start cutting north again, peering south into those rolling hills, you can see various herds of large animals in the distance. These are going to be probably giant boars or other grassland and savanna type creatures that would live here, not quite like giant spiders or snakes. And at the very tip top of a distant hill, you can make out 3 very large figures that seem to be traversing in a line over the hills. Likely hill giants, based on your encounter with them previously. With a natural 20, I'll also say that over the course of the day, while it's hard to make out the exact figure, you do ever occasionally see a distant shadow cover a hill, and it seems to be some sort of bird-like creature way high in the sky, and it's hard to make out exactly how large it is or how high it's flying.
Burb. There's a burb in the sky.
There's always birds in the sky.
I said burb.
Oh, what's a burb?
Don't ask questions. I want to make myself as large as possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna shift how I look to be larger.
You guys are relatively unbothered following the edge of the forest. You hear the occasional cracking branch in the forest, and when your eyes dart over, you actually meet the familiar gaze of a cloaked figure in the tree line, gives you a nod, and then disappears back into the brush. It seems that even as you guys are traveling along this edge of the forest, there seems to be people in there that are keeping an eye on you. Making your way north, you guys are able to make it to the river heading east. At this point it is nightfall, you'll need to camp out for the night. Or if you'd like to push on through darkness, you can reach the edge of the Giants forest by sunup the next day.
I'd say we rest here.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch if you guys want.
Welcome to accept a watch.
I have dark vision. I can see in the dark.
Wow, that might actually...
I'm just saying.
Oh wait, I think I have...
Can you guys see in the dark? I figured you could.
I think I have goggles of night for a reason.
If you can't, I can't. But
I don't think
I don't think so.
I can, and I actually don't have goggles of night. So, never mind. If you would like to take first watch. Or as long as it's not too dark, I'll take first watch right now, and then I'll wake you up second, and then when it gets to be early dawn, third watch if we need it. I know Swifty probably has dark vision.
So with this bad, icky, real bird in the sky, are you thinking we should or should not do a campfire?
Well, we don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves. Probably go without a fire.
It's probably a good call.
Sweet. It's not raining now, is it?
No.
Sweet.
Being into fall, it is very cold though. You guys definitely feel the cold wind coming down from the north here.
So we decided to stay the night outside the... We didn't push on through.
Yeah.
And you guys are camping just right on the edge of the river. Are you going to try and go into the forest at all? Staying outside of it?
Staying outside of
I'd
it.
say stay outside, yeah, by the river.
Okay.
Where we have kind of a cleaner view of
Yeah.
things.
You said,
I think as long as
First
it's not too
watch.
dark, I will take first watch.
Okay.
And
Will
then
be
when
the
it
middle
gets
of the night.
darker... Do we need... How many watches do we need throughout the night?
I'll
in
say
order
each
to...
of you can take one.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Well, then it'll be these two, and then you'll be at the other end.
Cool.
Okay.
To make sure that you're kind of towards first light.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
11.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
It's dark.
11. It's dark enough.
The sun going down, it is a quiet night. You can hear the rushing water next to you guys. And over that sound, it's hard to make out anything else. Just as the rest of the party goes to sleep, you hear a whisper from the tree line.
It is October. It's time for spooky season.
I know what the whisper is.
Is that the song of
Hey,
people,
lady,
Manny?
hey, lady.
Can
Can I have your number?
Okay.
So, from the tree line behind you, you hear, "Is that you, Phoenix?"
It is.
Familiar face kind of pops out from the tree line. You recognize it as Belfour, one of the two rangers that you traveled with.
Scared me.
Just be warned. There's some creatures that sleep in those waters, so I won't say sit too close to them.
Okay.
Also, heads up when you guys head over to Giants Grove. You may see a few giants walking around. there's a stone giant who makes his home on the edge, kind of acts as a shepherd. I'm not supposed to tell this to people, but because I know you guys are trying to fix the problem, his name's Bullrock.
Bullrock?
Bullrock, yeah.
Bullrock.
Just tell him you're friends with Graham,
Okay.
and you're sent to fix the problem. Also, if you wouldn't mind if you see him, let him know about Graham. He'd probably like to hear.
I can do that.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
have a good night. And then back to the dead silence, lapping creek water
I move away from it.
from the creek. Okay.
I also look at my companions.
They're asleep.
They're asleep. They're not by it. Hopefully. Bullrock, Bullrock.
End of the shift comes. You go.
Sal. Wake up. It's your watch. Thank you. Hooty hoo.
I know. Manny is
No.
instant. It's a trigger word.
I just whisper it right in Sal's ear. Hooty hoo.
What's the emergency?
It's your watch.
That's not an emergency.
That is an emergency. I need to sleep.
You slept a couple days ago.
Yeah, I'm not like you. We got in the news that there are things in the water,
I
so
don't
don't
wanna know.
sit by the water.
I don't care.
Okay, well then that's my information for you. I'm gonna go take my rest. Clean.
She just sits up and doesn't move.
Okay.
She just sits in her sleeping bag and
Give me a perception check.
natural 20. My first roll.
Just sitting up in the sleeping bag and not really paying, like, not trying to pay attention, but you still very easily make out a dark shadow distant in the sky above you, at just the edge of dusk, against the kind of blue twilight, a large feathered creature flying north. You see it travel above you and even kind of following it across. You're able to see it for quite a long time as it continues north, farther into the darkness.
There goes Ho-Oh.
Say also with a natural 20. You start to pick up the sounds of breakage in the water. The flow of the creek is very steady, very consistent. And a couple times you hear the breakup of water as if something is breaching that water and coming pretty close to the shore to where your guys' camp is.
Go back to sleep.
Are you yelling that at the creek?
Yeah.
Give me an animal handling check at disadvantage.
First one's a 16.
Okay.
And the next one's a natural 1.
Roll initiative.
Oh. Go back to
Go back to
sleep.
sleep. Hush you.
Actually, sorry, everyone rolled initiative.
Oh.
Oh boy.
You guys are asleep though.
No, that's not horrible. 21. Oh well.
13 for Sal.
13 for Phoenix, too.
10 for Manny.
Alright. Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay, you see rushing the shore, snapping its maws, two scaled, four-legged creatures with large tails. Two giant crocodiles reached onto the shore, and as soon as you speak, they were what was kind of lurking right on the edge of the water, waiting for something to come near, seemed to be full speed ahead, marching up the sand towards you. Swift is asleep.
So I have a 15. I have a 15, sorry.
15?
Yeah.
So, what does Sal do? Also, if you want to switch to battle music.
Battle music.
Battle music.
I saw a new
I love
one that they
you're
have
so
today.
surprised by
So
that.
we're going to listen to the new one.
Better sound crocodilian.
It's called Quirky Combat by
That
Bardify.
That sounds right for Crocs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! It does! It's just them, like, marching in.
Thank you, Bardify.
You know, Captain Hook's crocodile that always follows him.
Yeah.
That time, yeah.
Katie, I can dance with you. It just has to be simple. Oh, arms only. Arms only. Arms only.
Baby croc,
She's gonna remain sitting for a second, and before she really moves, she's gonna point her finger and cast Ray of Sickness.
Okay. There's 2 of them coming up. So just
The left one.
Huh?
It looks like that's a 15 to hit.
hit.
Oh.
Uh, 8 points of poison damage.
Sorry, Swift, roll me a perception check. 22. Okay, you are, on your turn, you're starting to wake up and realize that things are going on. You're still prone. You're still kind of not fully aware, but like you hear this as like little pitter patter come up. And you
Little
hear her,
pitter
like,
patter.
There's a
cast
green,
something
like,
light.
yeah, green boosh.
Right over your head.
Nah.
Shooting stars, make a wish.
How much damage?
8 points of poison damage. Need to make a con save of 16, otherwise poisoned.
This is the music for,
that is
like,
a
the carnival.
17. What do they have to roll?
16 to pass, otherwise they're poisoned.
Not poison. Okay, is that the end of your turn?
How close are they? That's a good question to ask.
About 30 feet.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna try and telekinetically shove the right one back 5 feet.
Okay.
So it needs to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. It's a 20.
Okay, yeah, I try, but it's too big.
Okay. Phoenix, roll me a perception check.
16.
Okay. You start to arouse or awake now, and you realize, like, oh, something's happening.
Oh, damn it.
Manny, roll a perception check.
19.
Oh, I
Okay.
was really hoping you
Starts
got like
around
something
too.
low and you'd still be the one asleep.
Okay. 2 crocodiles are gonna make their way up. One is gonna make a bite attack against Sal.
Okay.
Okay.
That is a 16. 16 to hit.
Okay, shield as I try and make its mouth stuck with the...
It's gonna turn and pivot its body and try and make a tail attack against Swift. That is a 24 to hit. bite attack against you, Krista.
Okay. Okay.
23 hit.
23 hits.
10, 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And you are grappled.
Oh, that's fun.
You are considered restrained.
Okay.
And the tail attack against Manny.
Oh no.
Is 27 hit.
It has disadvantage with my cloak of displacement, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I rolled an advantage because you were prone, so it's a straight roll. So I'll just re-roll. Is that a 15 hit?
Nope, misses.
Okay.
AC 16.
Cool. Swift is your turn.
Is getting up one action.
No, attack or move and speed.
Okay, I'll stand up. And take my negative 5 to try and hit with the longbow.
Okay. It's within the it was a tail attack against you?
Yeah.
So it's 5 feet away from you. 10 feet tail. 10-foot tail. So, yeah. Roll an attack.
I was so close to being the like.
To hit.
23 to hit.
Hits.
Damage.
Okay.
And then I'll try and hit it again. Can on the second can I actually try and hit the other one?
Mm-hmm.
14 to hit.
Hits.
Same of 24 damage.
Okay. Sal'enna.
I sleepily open my bag of holding and let Bob out. So he's gonna start wrestling the one right next to it in an attempt to grapple it. Just as its action. And then Sal is going to we're gonna chill touch it
Okay.
for a
It is
19.
within melee of you.
Yes.
So range attacks will be a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Although, I don't know the rules for spells for that. It's different.
I mean, it has quite
Yes,
the range.
Range spell attack disadvantage melee. Yeah. So, because it's a range spell, the same way with like a bow, if there's a creature within melee of you, you have disadvantage on the attack. So it'll have to
Okay, that's gonna change what I do then. We're going to bonus action cast Shadow Blade
Okay.
and make my melee against it with that for a 27.
Okay. That is.
And it ignites like a lightsaber off my wand.
Okay.
Yeah. Green, just so we know.
Yeah.
Okay. 11 points.
Okay.
And leave together, blah, 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 blah. It's psychic damage. Oh, is it dim light right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't need to re-roll, but I can make, in dim light, I can make the attack roll with advantage using Shadow Blade. I think that's the only notable thing about Shadowblade. If I drop it or throw it, I can use a bonus action to cause the sword to reappear in my hand as long as it's still being concentrated as the spell. That's everything I've got. So Bob is trying to grapple the left one.
Trying to grapple it.
Yes.
Get him, Bob.
How this works exactly. Okay, so yeah. It's competing athletics checks.
Okay. Oh, 11.
20. These are.
The tail is too hard to
Yeah.
grab, Bob.
Yeah.
These things are considered huge, so they take up like a 15-foot square.
Yeah.
You're like Bob's tenacity of just like seeing this monstrous crocodile and be like,
Well,
I'm gonna
so
wrangle that.
Yeah, right? My skinny butt can tackle
in
that.
fact, like the actual mechanic of Animate Dead is instead of like always to like specific things, you basically give it a generality, and so it's
Yeah.
especially if I'm handling lots of undead, like it's not
I'm going
like
to
okay, you make this attack action
smack
every
it,
single
and if
turn.
I do, I'm gonna cast
Granted, that's how we've been
Inflicted.
doing the mechanic. It's more like, okay, there's enemies on the field,
yeah,
deal with them.
26.
And so, what would a skeleton do with a large crocodile tail?
Give it a hug.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
That's
know what a
Bob's
D10
like
looks
waving
like.
around, holding
Yeah.
onto that tail.
I can't hold on
You
to
are
it.
still
Let go of
considered.
it.
You don't have
So-
to.
It's restrained.
Yeah, it's
I
restrained.
would still be able to move my arms though, right?
Yeah, but you have disadvantage on the attack.
Oh, okay. So I have to roll that again.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like, there's this
So, 15 plus
bossy,
8.
like, just
Still.
massive creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you grapple it,
So I
like, you just,
still
like,
get
grab its
3d10.
ankle. It's restrained.
9,
Just look back.
10,
I was
11,
like,
12 points of
Like
damage.
that big. That
Always
big,
roll
right?
so low. And hopefully that dislodges me. No?
That's why I always wanted to
You
play
have
like
to.
that.
You have to try and like.
Oh,
Try
okay.
to you're not
Because
trying to pry the
monk-
box open.
You could like always grapple.
Well, that was my
and
action.
punch each
So,
snake as an attack.
Yeah.
One strike.
bonus
That's it.
action.
Grapple with one and just hit him with the set another.
I don't think I have a bonus action right now.
it's a
Okay.
no at that point.
Hey.
Yeah, just a little scared. I'm gonna cast Call Lightning. It can hit a point, and each creature within 5 feet of that point would that be close enough to hit both crocodiles, or the two
Not
falls?
without hitting anybody else.
Okay. In that case, is there a path in which I can cast?
There's one. So essentially, if you guys are in like a group of 4, there's one that's between these two,
Yeah.
and then there's one between you two.
And then I'm in one of their mouths.
So we're.
So if you guys were
So we're here.
sleeping like this,
Yeah.
essentially one came up in between Sal and Swift, and then the other came up and got between Krista and you.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's got Krista in its mouth.
I'm gonna cast Call Lightning on the one that doesn't have Krista in its mouth, so she doesn't get shot. But
Gloria, thank you.
on the far side of like where its tail's at, so that way it doesn't strike us either. So 40-10.
Yeah. There's 2 creatures, so there's one that hit it just off the far side.
It's gonna do a DC 13 dex save. Dex save 13.
That is a 14.
And makes it so it takes half damage.
Okay.
Takes half of 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
So
great.
that's 16.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm gonna turn into a dire wolf.
Okay.
Oh wow.
That's my turn. Bow wow indeed.
I don't know why it was that loud. I'm worried about you.
Okay, so the 2 crocodiles are gonna make their attacks. First one is gonna make a bite attack against Sal. Do you ever sit up? Or like, do you ever get up? You still don't sit. Okay.
Just cast applesauce in this bitch.
Alright. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. No matter what I want to do. Actually, doesn't seem right. That is right. Okay.
I was gonna say, I don't think she'll help you.
No. I was just.
15 points of piercing damage. Okay. And you're now considered grappled.
Woo!
Did we talk about cloak displacement while you're...
We didn't talk about it. I'm thinking about it. I'd say probably not, because I think most of my armor and stuff melt into me except for my insignia with the claws. So.
Yeah, I would imagine it's the same way. Like if you shift, I don't think you would receive. Like if you had a ring of like certain damage resistance, I don't know if you would keep that when you shifted.
Probably not now.
So
it's like a ring of protection that wouldn't carry over to like the wolf's AC.
Yeah, exactly. Alright. That is a 16 to hit for the wolf.
That hits.
Okay. You're gonna take 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a DC 16 strength saving throw. Or you know,
I knew that.
Strength.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a 9.
Okay. You are knocked prone. Alright. Krista, that is a 16 to hit you. Doesn't hit? Okay. Even though it's got you in its maw and it's trying to like crank down its mouth, you're able to just apply enough pressure to keep him from squeezing more. And then tail attack against you. That is not supposed to be rolled at advantage. So that is a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
For maintain concentration, it's either half damage or 10.
10, yeah, half damage or 10, whichever is higher.
Do I get any modifiers?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Constitution saving throw. Okay, and I have advantage as Warcaster. Whew. Cool, made it with 12. So I'm still calling my
13 points of bludgeoning damage, and roll a strength saving throw. And it's swift will be returned after, so.
25.
Okay, you're not knocked prone. You still take damage. Now there's one crocodile that has Fenix in its maw, and the other one has Sal'enna in its maw. And it's your turn.
I'm gonna do the same thing as split between the two.
Okay.
Taking my mind set. 16 to hit?
Yep.
Damage to the first one.
Okay.
And a 15 to hit. The second one.
Hits.
I know this was not the music you intended, but this is like getting me. I'm like, I like this.
18 damage.
Okay.
It's all about setting the mood. We're fighting crocodiles.
Sal'enna.
So
You are
Bob.
currently restrained.
Well, Bob isn't. Bob's gonna take a couple steps back and remember he has a weapon with his 2 brain cells. And he grabs his glaive and he has a 10-foot reach with that. And he's gonna take a swipe with that.
Okay.
At the tail. Just the tip.
Okay.
He wants to get it to react.
Because it's still, or since he's moving outside of its range, it's going to take an attack of opportunity with the tail.
Okay.
10.
That's. I don't know if that's gonna hit.
It does?
It does not.
Okay.
Okay, and then he is going to attack for an 18.
Hits.
There's
Mhm.
And then the damage that he does, and he's going for he's trying to cut himself a little slice of blizzard there for 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Like, he's trying to cut off the last inch of this thing's tail.
You know what? Crocodile, having taken quite the beating thus far, just cutting off the tail immediately wriggles and worms, and then it's kind of maw opens as you go out, and it croaks over dead.
Bob does an executioner and sees, his prize of his tail stake there, looks at this thing start wriggling, and his jaw just kind of goes slack jaw. Does that free up Sal?
Yes.
Okay, I push myself out of the maw and flick off the grottiness. And I mean, I would like to, but I don't think she can. Do the Darth Sidious spin attack at the next leg.
With the shadow?
Yeah, with the shadow blade.
You know what? If you want to, give me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Acrobatics. We're gonna do it because
Yeah.
that's a
And
19.
Okay, make your attack with advantage.
Okay.
It's either gonna be you're gonna get an attack at advantage or an attack at disadvantage. I'll give you the attack at advantage.
Natural 20.
Man.
Yeah, roll damage.
That's a total of 31 points of psychic,
31.
31 points.
That's exactly the damage.
As he spins into this leg.
Yeah, no. You miss the leg, but you go straight to the heart.
Oh.
And it dies.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a screech that she does, but I'm not even gonna try and imitate it. Just assume it was very creepy and haunting in the middle of the night.
Now the night's be more scared of us now.
Okay.
Because she does screech and yell that loud, do the creatures around the surrounding area, like the birds, do they shut the fuck up?
There wasn't a lot of animal noise.
Okay.
From what you were listening to, like being around, all you really heard was the creek.
Is
Okay.
there another secret croc coming?
Well, that's dealt with. And she flicks off the
I want the teeth of the croc's mouth I was
lightsaber.
in.
Give me a.
That was a disgust. I can't believe Kristen said that.
We're quite the chaotic party here. With
Give me a medicine check.
No.
So
We're
sweet.
just scavenging all these bodies.
26.
Oh yeah, yeah. As many teeth as you want out of that thing.
All of the ones that would have pierced me. So all of the front ones.
All the front ones.
And then I'll wash them off in the river and put them in my haversack.
A little souvenir. Anything that crosses you gets its teeth pulled.
Call me the tooth.
Call me the tooth.
Oh.
Bob wanders back to you guys, and he walks up to you, Manny,
I'm just gonna say I have 15.
and offers you
Giant croc teeth.
Giant croc. I gotta
The
figure
tail.
out how to make
Oh, the tail?
it's literally the last 3 inches of the tail.
I can cook something up with this. Yeah, I'll go grab some mud real quick. Yep.
He shakes his head in approval, and you see one half of the jaw kind of click loose again.
You dropped your. Must be good looking. Jaw dropper, but thank you. I'll take that.
He just kind of stays there, frozen after you take it, and just slowly watches you.
We got breakfast. Put this away. We'll go back to bed.
Isn't it your watch, Manny?
Is it what?
Isn't it your watch?
How's
Manny?
the
No,
morning
Swifty.
watch?
It's 50's watch next.
Didn't I do a good job?
I didn't hear no hooty hoo.
While I was dealing with it.
Yeah, you dealt with it pretty well. That's fair.
Okay. Was I supposed to yell hooty hoo? I thought that was just to alert me.
No. Any
No?
emergency.
What do you mean?
Any emergency.
Well, how do I know if it's an emergency?
Because somebody
No.
said hooty hoo.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
A lot of things don't seem as impressively dangerous as you guys would think it is.
when you do find something dangerous, you know what to yell.
I'll
Good
take
night.
that into consideration.
Just go back to sleep.
Rest of the night actually rides pretty smoothly. You guys take your watches, but and you end up having to take a little extra time in the morning, so you miss, the wake up at early dawn. You have to sleep in just a little bit, but you guys can all long rest.
Sweet.
As everyone's waking up, I'm going to be making some of Mandy's world famous mud crocodile soup.
World famous.
World famous.
Of
Renowned.
Cool.
Bob's sitting there
Give me
ready
a,
for it.
Give me a performance check.
Oh.
Or a nature check. You know what? Cooking wild animal. I'll let you take a nature, either one.
Let me do nature.
Okay. Just keep the roll, different bonus.
Yeah. Oh, it'll load. Sometimes D&D Beyond just
Hates you.
hates me. Nature, it is got a 5.
You were so determined to see what it was, and I thought it was going to be so much higher.
If
And I am not
If it
disappointed.
was performance, it would have been a 3.
Looks like your mud cooked crocktail. You got a little antsy, and you pulled it out before the mud had a chance to get hot.
You don't want it to get hot.
But now you have raw crocodile tail.
Oh,
Maybe
Bob.
special.
You look like you really like that, Bob. Here, you can have mine.
A bowl to Bob first,
Yeah.
and then as everyone wakes up, slowly just kind of hand it to them expectingly.
Yeah.
I see Bob's bowl empty, and I go, "Oh, Bob, here, have seconds."
Strawberries.
Oh, I'm good.
I'll take some, please.
It's delicious.
I'll have to give this recipe to the Rambleberry Tavern. Man, I'm on to something here.
Who eats it?
I'll eat it.
Bob tries to.
And just.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
raw crocodile, so don't have to stop.
Give me
I
a
give
Constitution
I give
saving
mine to
throw.
Bob.
10.
10?
10.
Okay.
You don't die. Good job.
You're gonna be considered poisoned for the day. For the day.
Oh, for the day.
Ah, man. So good. It hurt my stomach. Maybe I should have let it cool down a little bit more before I ate it.
Bob tries it also.
Just so you know, I
But
set the DC at 20 minus your medicine check, your nature roll.
Oh.
So it was 15.
Ooh. Yeah. Did not make that. So poison. Let me see
Poison.
what that does.
If you go to conditions, you can actually click it.
Ooh.
It has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. In that case, can I use...
I gave Bob my seconds. Or mine, so that he had seconds.
I do have...
It just kinda
It just goes through them.
I've
drips
necklace of
out of
prayer
his
beads.
rib cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to use one of those.
Oh yeah, I gave you the prayer beads.
Mm-hmm. I think,
Lesser restoration, I think.
yeah, lesser restoration would do it.
I don't know if you want me to roll it randomly or...
No. You choose.
Okay, yeah, I'll do lesser restoration.
Okay.
Myself.
Yeah. That fixes it.
Cool.
Yep.
Bob seemed to enjoy that. You look like you were having fun too, Manny.
Yeah, I might need to do some fine tuning on the recipe. Maybe the mud was bad. Even snot-nosed frog
The
crocodile.
mug was bad?
Yeah, mud around here just isn't as good as back home.
I don't
Yeah,
think I've ever
that's
heard you say that the mug was bad.
Oh, there's distinct tastes in
So-
different regions.
You can screw up too.
Well, can't blame the chef for poor ingredients.
I didn't help with that.
Well,
Seems like you're trying to throw shade my way.
no. I'll make you a new pot tomorrow morning.
No, you won't.
All right.
Bob might try it.
Oh, well, good. Have a bowl ready for Bob. All right.
Yeah. Okay. You guys set off for the day. It doesn't take you long. You reached the river at kind of dusk, nightfall, so you could see the trees in the distance now with the morning sun up. It's much clearer. You are walking towards a literally giant forest. While it doesn't span nearly as much of the distance as that yew forest, it is 10 times the height. Imagine the giant redwood trees where the canopy sits at 200 feet above the ground. And so you see these massive 15 to 25 foot trunks that all scatter around. Approaching the forest, I'd say even just walking, you guys will notice it eventually. The grass seems to get browner and yellower as you get closer to this forest. The canopy at the top still looks fairly green on these trees, but you can see that some of the trees are starting to sprout or get, they look like they're being grabbed or by these dark purplish brown vines that seem to be reaching out of the forest floor. By the time you reach the edge of the forest, this smell wafts out of it, a hot, putrid, rotting smell.
Wow, this forest smells amazing.
Oh, what are you
You guys
talking
ever
about?
noticed that?
Smells horrible.
It smells like death.
You know, this is giving me a sense of like, I don't remember home, but this is what I imagined it would smell like. You're shaking your head at me. It must mean something socially awkward for you.
It means something socially awkward is you.
Smells like Bob.
What's wrong?
Yeah,
with
he
this?
loved Bob's smell.
Ugh.
Remember, he's the one who made Bob in a house.
Who's he?
Or she. She.
I wasn't there when Bob was made.
Yeah. He
That was
made it
before
in the
my
guest room of... She made it in a guest room. I have never had this many problems with that. She made it in the guest room of somebody's house.
Oh.
She just
I burnt
burnt
the
a
flesh
body.
off of. Oh! I don't think I told you a story before. You want to hear a story, Manny?
Wolf stories, yeah.
So you know when we were in that one city with the religious nut jobs,
What city was that?
the one that we were just in like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Not Port Novus, but the other one.
Oh, the one that the
Legatio.
port to
Yeah,
the island?
Legatio.
Legatia. Oh yeah.
You know those bodies that they were looking for, those two murders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were people on the watch for that. Yeah.
Bob may or may not be one of those bodies.
Oh wow.
And by may or may not, he means definitely is.
I just still don't know what you mean by referring to a he. Do I look manly?
I'm not answering that.
Yeah, so Bob is part of that story.
Oh well. They don't have to look anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they'll never know.
How would they know?
We could tell them, so
Manny.
that way they can stop looking.
They can have closure.
And we can wind up in jail. Sounds delightful. No.
But anyhow, in order to get Bob prepped to, continue being useful, instead of useless like he was in life, I had to burn the flesh off of him.
Oh, that's why he's so grisly looking. Ugh.
I mean, he does have a pretty skeleton. I mean, his skeleton's pretty sturdy.
Well, as long as he's on our side, hey, I'll call him a friend.
Well, I mean, he's eating your soup, so you gotta call him your friend.
Yep, it's true.
He ate 2 bowls of it.
Anyhow, Forrest.
Yeah, can I inspect the grasping purple yellow vines?
Yeah. Give me a nature check.
Could I roll one as well?
Nat 20 for 21.
Yeah. These are you realize that these aren't
Nat 20 for 25!
Oh, wow.
I was like,
It's a good night for dice. You have like little fireworks on the
fine,
side.
I'll roll nature too. It's a 5. Nature, let's
It
see.
stinks.
It's a 5.
It's a fine.
Yeah. These have arcane energy flowing through them. They seem to be growing and emanating from some sort of curse. It doesn't feel like it is of the natural world. And you can feel that the vines grow stronger the deeper they go into the forest. You don't even have to go into the forest to tell. Like poisoned veins, you can track these purple vines through the forest floor as they go deeper into, and they branch out and start grabbing onto trees. And you can see that it's eating away at the trees and killing the forest at the same time. Following some of those purple vines in without having to go into the forest too far, you see these mounds in the ground that almost looks like the purple vine has sprouted up and over, and there's kind of a mossy-ish mound that's black and brown moss. It seems to be almost pulsating or twitching, and looking at it, you can see that it is underneath, like through the gaps in the moss, there is some corpse or body of some creature that seems to be getting consumed by the forest.
Oh. Can I, 2 things. Can I use my knife of warning to try to pry off some of the vines, like on the trees? Like if I stab it,
Yeah.
or just try to cut off, and then next thing is I want to try to kind of poke at that mossy capsule.
2 things. You're able to slowly shave and peel off that vine. Doesn't seem to do much. I mean, like, you're able to get it off, but going through each tree, it would take you years to do this. And it doesn't seem to react in any
Okay.
way to you doing that. Poking at that, immediately, it just starts oozing out this dark, like, ichor. As the sludge starts to flow out, just the putrid smell of rot, before it finally rips open the rest of the way in a half-dissolved corpse of what you assume is to be some sort of giant 4-legged animal, like a boar of sorts, kind of flows out. Looking across the forest floor, there's a lot of these that have now littered the forest floor, and you can see that the purple vines that wrap over and through that and then around the trees are brightest when they are around those masses.
Gotcha.
Would this film familiar to Sal? With my nature
Give
check.
me... Yeah. You don't know why. It's hard to place, but there is a very familiar energy to this.
Okay.
Similar to just the nature of necromancy that you have become accustomed to. I'd say even just touching it. I will message you, but you have this like flash memory that appears in your head.
Before I even get that, you'll kind of hear Sal just mumble to herself as she's touched the ichor, and she's kind of off on a tree looking at it herself. Still close to the party, but you hear her mumble necromancy just under her breath.
Like, this is it?
This might be the cause of what's making the Giants leave.
Can we see, because you said there's a body trapped in it. Can we see, like, what the body looks like? Sorry if we've already covered that.
I think I popped one and a boar, a decomposing boar.
But, like, a massive boar? Or was
think
it
so.
normal size?
I think he's a giant.
Giant?
You can tell he's more.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We better steer clear. I mean, figure this out, but we also don't want to be trapped in one of those.
I might try to take a little vial sample of some of the dark ichor that poured out of the pod
Yeah.
without getting like my hands all over it and just try to
Yeah.
safely.
No, it doesn't, like, and even if you get a little bit on your fingers, it doesn't seem to, like, burn you or anything. It seems to be a culmination of, like, rotting flesh and biomass mixed with some amount of natural fluid.
Okay,
from
I'll take
vines.
a sample of that and then
Yeah.
a piece of like vine.
Okay, yeah. Give me a... No, rolling off the natural 20 to nature check, I'd say you're easily able to get those into small little sample jars, sample bottles.
Oh, great.
So, even though you like death, Phoenix,
Yeah.
this force concerns you.
You and I like death differently. You don't mind when things die because you see a life after that you can create or make or use to your advantage. My fascination with death is more of trying to prevent it, stop it, return life to how it was originally. Does that make sense?
No.
I more care about medicine and how to keep people from dying, or if one of you does die, like you've talked about using Manny's body once Manny passes.
With my consent.
With your consent.
There was consent given.
My object would be, even if he passes, bringing him back to
Same.
where he's... Yes and no.
Sounds like the same magic to me.
You sound like you're overcomplicating this, yeah. I'm with Manny on
You
this.
would like a version of Bob. Manny as a version of Bob.
No. Manny's stronger than Bob. That's I think the first compliment I've given.
Would Skeleton Manny be as strong as Manny is?
Well, because I got such a weakling humanoid out of Bob, Bob's kind of weak sauce. But Manny, he's only continuing to grow stronger. Since he is technically bestial, sometimes,
Mm-hmm. I'm getting stronger.
I think I could make more use of him. I'm not saying it'd be Manny in all of his mannerisms, but I mean, Bob does have a certain stupidity about him that his previous life represented.
And there are things about this forest that I would find fascinating, like that vial. But it's more of a medicinal point of view.
So, I guess ultimately what I'm asking, not because I'm interested, but
Of course not.
are you gonna pansy out, or are we gonna head deeper into the forest?
Oh, we're going further in. I'm
You just sounded
saying
like you were scared.
we have to be cautious.
I'm just saying it feels like
I don't want this the burial place of 4 people that used to be travel companions.
think we can handle anything.
We'll see.
What an attitude.
Yeah,
Handle anything.
we're gaining some trust in you.
Except the dragon. Don't mess with the dragon.
We could probably handle the dragon.
See?
You could have asked it. Because, did you know some dragons are intelligent?
Do we see any huts or
You could have asked what happened to your great grandpappy.
paths?
You ever think about that, Manny?
I think we know what happened to him. He probably got eaten.
But you don't know.
You looking around? Give me a perception
know.
check.
Oh, 26.
While for the most part, the gaps between the trees are massive, bigger than roads that you're used to.
Yeah.
It's hard to make out what would be just a path and what is just the fact that this is a very open forest. You do see sections of beaten down trail that you're able to make out over the kind of overgrown, dead, purplish black moss that is now starting to cover the forest floor.
I'd like to head on the path.
Yeah.
I'm mostly telling them. We need to find a giant named Borak. And I think if he lives in this forest, he would frequent at least edges of the forest. So, more likely, if we follow a path, something intelligent created said path. We might be able to find Borak a little bit easier.
Yeah, we can stick to the outside of the forest for now.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Like to go on the path, please.
Yeah. It's once you've found it, it's fairly easy to follow, and it takes you deeper into the forest. As you guys travel deeper into the forest, you notice this affliction over the natural plants is stronger. The vines reach higher on trees. The smaller brush seems to appear more brown and dead as you go denser. While you saw ferns and bushes near the edge of the forest, now you're seeing like the sticks of dead bushes with no green on it. You see a lack of ferns, and the forest seems to almost open up more. You see more of these mounds. However, the farther into the forest, those mounds seem to be much smaller and contained. As if whatever that bloated mass that you saw before is now much, much less, much more developed. Moving down the path, you see in the distance a tree trunk barrier that seems connected by a few trees, and creates kind of a perimeter as these giant logs stick into the ground. And you can see on the inside of this, there is just a small patch of green grass. Approaching it, there's you can see on the far side, a fairly large building in a almost hut style. It has kind of a stone base, and then some wood levels, and then a straw roof. You hear distant animal calls coming from the inside of this barrier, and approaching up to the entryway of it, you can see a singular stone giant that is crisscrossed with its back to you, that seems to be in the middle of this small patch of still green and healthy looking grass. Looking at the trees that the wooden barrier connects to, as if they're posts on a fence, obvious score marks go down these trees. As you can see, the purple vines seem to stop right at the base, and there are these score marks that have been left by some sort of knife that's been peeling things off the bark.
It's the same Graham. I can never say. I want to say Graham, and I know it's not. The guy. Graham. Thank you. From the doorway in Giant, because I speak Giant.
Yes.
I'd like to say, we bring news of Graham.
There's a pause. Doesn't move, and then the giant stands up and turns back to you. So standing at about 20 feet tall, this slender, gray-skinned stone giant who is wearing very simple pelts. As clothes, turns around, faces you guys, looks down, steps forward. Kind of walks up to the gate, comes up to you guys, and puts one hand onto the post. Now, basically at head level with these trunks, these posts that he's created out of logs, looking down, he goes, "Who are you?"
We are friends of Graham. We traveled up. I can't remember what the town is, but I will.
Issue.
No, we were even further south.
We started at the
The
tower.
tower.
Yeah, we traveled from the tower up with Graham. And I am
And where is he?
sad to report his passing.
She just drops it on him.
Oh, news.
He was bringing us.
Why are you here?
He was bringing us here to look at the forest to see if there was anything that we could do to help.
Good. Little folk are all that can cure this forest now.
It's the first time I've been called little for a while. I can't remember what was the other. The ranger's name.
The one that talked to you earlier,
Mm-hmm.
Belfour.
Belfour said you might be able to point us in the right direction, or update us with information.
The forest is sick. My people left north. We were once shepherds, guiding the animals and keeping them here. Before the animals flee south as the poison kills our land. Our grotto, once holy to us, is now tainted. We have not been able to enter for a long time. My people have become disconnected with this place, and so now they search for a new home, and I stay here to watch it to the end. My fate is tied to this forest.
How long?
We lost access to the grotto just shy of 4 winters ago.
Okay.
In the recent months, the plague has reached the edge of the forest and the animals flee.
Have you seen any other small people in here?
Not for a very long time.
Long time, like when this started, or longer than even that?
Little folk never came to the forest.
Okay.
One ranger, one winter before.
Has that anything to do with this murdering him, just so you know?
And then he left north.
You're murdering him?
If it's your ranger,
Oh, yeah. Could be my guy.
if he has anything to do with this, we shut it down now. I don't know if you had a dead or alive contract on him, but it might be dead.
More cooperative when they're dead.
Now the grotto is surrounded by dense bramble bush, thorns so thick it can even pierce my skin. Too small are the gaps for me to enter the forest, but little folk can still get into the grotto. There, I think, the poison spreads.
Okay. We will definitely be on our way. How far is the grotto from here?
An afternoon's hike.
And what time of day would you say it is?
It's midday.
Okay. Do we want to go in tonight? Or
What
do
have
we...
you been talking about?
Huh?
What have you been talking about?
Oh.
You just sound like
right, you would be the
I
only
know,
one that
yeah.
It
understands.
sounds like you're like grunting at him and he's grunting back to you.
That's not...
It seems rather rude, but
I was hoping Manny was at least filling you in on what was going on, but no,
no, Manny was just staring off in the distance like he was lost and was confused. But that's normal.
Well, let me give you the rundown of it.
Go ahead. As I command.
Forrest, not doing great.
We knew this.
Well, pretty much it. Now we gotta save it. We gotta go to the grotto.
Are we getting paid for this?
Yes.
Is he lying?
Well, isn't this a tower job? This is a tower job. So it was like something with the tower.
The tower did
It's gonna
ask
cost
you
us
guys.
500 gold.
Cost us?
I also mean you.
I have no money.
She has no money.
You can know us later.
So
Maybe.
the grotto is about an afternoon walk. You said about a half day.
An afternoon's
An
walk.
afternoon walk. Do we want to go and arrive there at night, or do we want to rest and go from there?
Well, say we can make it there today.
Okay. Then we better get going. I'm gonna reach in the haversack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take out. I have 5 strange fruit left,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna give them all to him
Mm-hmm.
in case he needs them for any reason.
Oh.
So those are with him.
Okay.
Okay. Just they'll help you feel better if for some reason something happens. Okay. Also, how did you get this barrier to be where it can't get in?
Oh, it can. I just take good care of the plants around me.
Gotcha.
You also notice, so the wood pillars, these trunks of
Yeah.
smaller trees that have been stuck in to create the barrier, and the entrance is there. There's no gate to the entrance, but there is a very obvious, like, the grass has been ripped up in a very straight line from either side of this wood. And so you can see the very distinct distance of this cursed moss that is taking over the forest floor, and then a bare section of dirt, and then his green grass inside of his small.
Okay.
This is a very small section.
Okay.
Large to you, small for a giant.
Gotcha. Okay. Could you make, well, either point us the way or make us a map?
Oh, it's right down yonder. And he points to another trail system that kind of leads
Oh, okay.
into. Be careful in there. The grotto is very important to us. Please don't damage it.
We will try not to.
Yeah, we can be respectful. Some of us can be.
Exactly.
Not over to Sal.
Well, she doesn't have too many spells that are bad, damage-wise. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
I said that all in giant.
Sal giant.
I have no clue.
Huh?
But it sounds like you've motioned over to me and I don't agree with whatever you're saying.
No clue what you're talking about.
Okay, don't know what you're talking about.
You all think I'm stupid. I'm really not.
We know you're not stupid. Okay. Let's go on an adventure.
You're not smart enough to speak giant.
Why would I need to?
Manny's like super feisty tonight.
Sassy today. He's tired of Sal.
He is tired of, I think John's tired of Sal.
Nah, I like Sal, but Manny's not putting up with it anymore.
Okay. How are you guys approaching this grotto?
Should we stealth in? Or are we just going forward no matter what?
I can be super sneaky.
Can you though?
Yeah, I got these fancy shoes.
Are they slippers?
Kinda.
You get them all muddy?
I'm fairly good at
No,
sneaking
Pretty
too.
clean.
So, if
I
we
hate
want to
sneaking.
sneak, we don't have to.
You don't even want to like talk to the person. Just want to be a murdering.
We're not. Who even knows what's happening? We have to even make it to the grotto first.
Yeah, but you're just on the assumption that you're gonna have to go in like swinging. It's quite an assumption to make. What if this is not a hooty hoo situation?
We are gonna go and we are going to see. All I'm saying is, who's ever in this grotto, if they've been causing all of this damage,
Then we need to talk to them. They have information.
and then they'll probably have to die. That's all I'm saying.
Probably not going to be able to hug this one out.
You don't know.
You know, you're the one who kills people first.
I really don't, though.
You very rarely talk to them. Let's just go. We're just going. We're going.
Okay.
We've been walking this whole time.
Have we though?
Okay. Make me stealth checks then if you're trying to.
10. And I rolled it like a cat, so I'm pretty proud of that.
22.
$15.
16.
Oh, you're sneakier than me.
I'm sneaky snake.
Sneaky snake.
Approaching the center of the forest, the purple vines get denser. They get darker. The once circular mounds of the pulsating black ichor have now since subsided, and as you get to the center, you instead see large purple, like circle. There's a central vein and a bunch of branches that go out, but at that point it's like flat to the ground. Whatever was under it has since been completely dissolved. All of these purple vines, which seem to all kind of spread out over the forest as you move deeper in, seem to all start flowing in the same direction. Following the path he directed you on, and also following the vines, you guys are met with a massive wall of black thorn branches. The thorns the size of, I think like a halberd spike. Not quite like a spear point, but they're 2 feet in length and 4 to 6 inches in diameter at the base. These things are massive and could skewer you, but because they're so large, they're very easily to notice. It wouldn't take a lot to try and make your way in. Pushing through the forest, you have noticed distant movement. You guys were able to stay low enough that you were unnoticed, but it did seem like the figures of giant folk moving between trees in the distance, and creatures rustling in the tree line 200 feet above you as well.
I'll also shrink myself down to a more normal human size.
Okay.
Try to get it maybe smaller than normal. That helps kind of avoid the thorns a little bit better.
I need everybody to make athletic checks as you, or no, acrobatics checks as you guys try and
Dang it.
maneuver your way through.
Yeah, that's about what I rolled.
Slutty
Oh,
20.
you get.
Yeah.
That's what you're calling it now?
Yeah.
I have one too.
Woo! We're just like mages easing our way through this.
The way of the snake.
You're writhing.
We got a 5 and a 6 over here.
You drew it and
Like
cool
kids.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are gonna take 16 points of piercing damage as you are trying to make your way through, and just the wrong turns here and there, you manage to take one right into the shoulder, right into the leg.
I'm gonna shrink myself a little
Onto the
bit
knee.
smaller and hope
Huh?
that helps.
One to the knee.
Thorn to the knee.
Thorn to the knee.
You guys are able to break through this brush line, kind of crafting your own little tunnel as you bushwhack through it. This wall of bramble is, at the thinnest, 20 feet deep. It is dense, it's overgrown, and it rises all the way up to the canopy as you push through. Breaking that bramble wall, you're immediately hit with this blinding light as the canopy is gone. Looking around, there is a 200-foot bramble wall that reaches all the way up to the canopy, and you can see the encircling canopy around you. But you are at the end of this long, regular shape clearing in the middle of the forest. You immediately see two large felled logs, one to your right, one to your left, and ahead you see this basin, this giant root structure of what looks to be some sort of tree, almost 40 feet in diameter, with a stone statue that is coming out of the center of that stump. You can't see into it because of the height difference, but you can see the top of the statue that is sunken into this wooden tree trunk base. And at the same moment that you take this look of beauty in the way that it almost seems more beautiful than the forest that you just came out of, looking back down at the ground, all of the purple vines seem to reach into and rise up to that center stump, and seem to crawl over that stump into whatever pocket is inside of it. At the same time, you guys peer past the statue on the far side of this clearing, and you see a large pile of rubble and rot, what looks like animal carcasses and old wood and dirt that seems to be piled up, and a large gluttonous face pops out as this giant, as a deformed, bloated, hill giant-esque looking creature makes eye contact with all four of you. I need you guys to roll initiative.
This is not
Natural 1 for a 4.
I got a 10 again.
No
just like our
way.
last initiative.
8.
So,
Ooh.
8.
Look at Sal.
What's that?
8.
22 for Sal.
Is that your last
Natural
name in the game?
Sal'enna,
Okay,
yeah.
4.
No, Snake Word.
Wasn't my natural
Oh yeah, Snake Ward is my last name.
Okay.
Sal is my
And-
first name, Enna is
10.
my middle, and Snake Ward is my last name.
It's so pretty.
Sal Snake.
Look at the little pumpkin.
Ooh.
And there on the far side,
Where did my character go?
large, gluttonous,
Ooh.
cursed giant.
Spooky.
We're gonna go ahead and take a break.
Yay!
Woo.
Mostly because I
Be
gotta go to
right
the bathroom
back.
again. And then it'll give me time to find
Thank
her.
you to Bardify for the music, and to our DM Luke for creating a battle map here.
Will you? No. Looky, I clean this out so it's.
So, okay. You guys find yourself at the far end of this grotto. As you can see, there are the two felled trees, one to your left, one to your right. There's that center trunk with the statue in it. That statue stands just about as tall as the giant creature on the far side. Sally, you actually have the first initiative in combat.
Okay, Bob's out like Pikachu.
Yep.
Wait, Pikachu?
I choose you.
Oh. Sure.
He's gonna move forward, and actually, we're gonna dash him.
Okay. How many?
So 60.
60.
Yep. And that's all he's got right now. But
Just so you guys know, that trunk, the center trunk, that stands at 8 feet, so that's at your guys' eye level. Like, you cannot see into it right now. You can barely look over it.
yeah.
or just below 8 feet. I guess it'd be like right around 6 to 6 feet.
That
or so.
trunk off to the right there.
Yes.
No, the log that's fallen.
Yep.
Yeah. Can Sal get on top of that?
Yeah. So it's 5, 10, 15 feet tall. So you could 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That's Phoenix.
Oh, that's right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you could get on top of the trunk, which stands at 10 feet, but you can't really get over there unless you want to dash.
I'd like to dash, and would it be okay if I climbed up on top?
I'd say next turn if you use your movement so you can climb up.
Okay.
These things are huge trees.
Yeah. I think that's what I want to. That's, I mean, at
Okay.
this point, the only applicable thing at this moment.
Okay.
Until we know more.
And it's like a zombie almost, right? Rotting
No.
flesh.
It doesn't look undead.
Okay.
It looks sick. Corrupted in a way.
Okay.
And diseased, but not undead.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Off to.
So, 5, 10, 15,
And does it see
35,
us?
40, 45, 50. Oh, yeah. This thing is coming around the bend of this trunk here.
Okay.
As it immediately picks up that you guys have stepped foot into the grotto, it poked its head around and immediately and starts moving. You can see the large amounts of
She's not
fat.
allowed on the TV.
She loves being on the TV.
Thank you.
Like its body kind of jiggling as it moves, and you can see these large sacks of mucus and pus that are growing on its body. But most notably, you see the statue in the center has a purple tether that goes straight from it to the giant creature, connecting it like a vine. Okay, that's the end of its turn, Manny.
Alright, I'm going to cast Call Lightning.
Okay.
It's got a range of 120 feet.
Absolutely.
Is that in range?
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. So you gotta move
About
30 feet up.
I'll move 30 feet up. If I can move right about
Yep.
there.
Super cool
It's a
for
big
the
board.
stream.
That's a big board, yeah.
Super cool for the stream.
Gonna cast
Can you see it?
Call Lightning
It's not shared screen, but
at 4th level.
yeah.
So
Let's
it's gonna
see.
do a Dex 13 save. And I accidentally did extra damage last time I rolled for this. So instead of 4d10, it's 3d10.
Oh, okay.
My bad about
higher,
that.
Higher spell level. That's okay.
No. Actually, I lied. It is 4d10 because it is the 4th level. Haha.
I wanted to put her on that properly. I found them. I'm so proud of
21 damage.
myself. Superpowers.
And then, as if I can do a
It needs to make a what? Dex save?
Dex save 13.
This is what I needed.
It's a success.
Okay, so it takes half. So 11.
Okay.
And then, if I can bonus action, draw a card and throw it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
forgot about that part of it. I know.
Let me know when you're ready for the card.
I have this thought every winter, fall, because you've done that like last year too, and the year before that.
okay.
Queen of
Yeah.
Spades.
Queen of Spades. Okay. I don't know if I have something for it with me.
I There's a whole little box of minifigs too.
Yeah. It's okay, we'll just use this. Immediately a snake-like creature emerges, almost as if it came out of the rubble here. Snake-ish body that goes into a tail, and a head with hair of snakes of Medusa comes out of that rubble pile. You guys, knowing that this is just an illusion from his card.
That's right, I forgot about that part.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Phoenix.
I'm going to... third level. I think that's... I don't know, it looks like I can do it at... Yeah, it has to be third level. I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
So they're just around me.
Okay.
15 feet. If it enters, or if anything enters.
Okay.
And then I will... I will move up 30 feet. 30. And I still think I'm too far to do what I want to do, so that's my turn.
Okay. Swift.
They move me up 30 feet, so I have line of sight with the statue.
30.
And can I shoot at the statue?
At the stone statue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 14. No, 24.
24. 24 hits.
She rolled a 19, so I don't even know how she said 14. Sorry.
It is -5.
Yeah, I was doing the -5, but forgot to add the...
It doesn't do much. The arrow and nicks off the stone statue.
Okay.
So it would be unmoving. You still have a second attack.
Yeah, no, the second one I'm gonna do since the...
Okay.
12.
That is a miss. Going across,
I
it
love
seems to kind of like it hits a section of his body that ripples and then bounces the arrow off. It doesn't seem to quite pierce. It was almost enough. Okay.
Almost.
Sal'enna.
Gonna climb up the log.
Okay. It's gonna be half your movement speed.
Yep.
Whew.
Is that within 120 feet of the giant?
100, 105, 110, 115. Exactly 120 feet.
Whoa.
I have spell sniper. So I'm gonna use Ray of Sickness at 3rd level.
Okay. Is it a... What does he do?
It's a 26 to hit.
Oh, hit.
Yep. See, and then it's gonna be a con roll of 16. Otherwise, it's poisoned.
Okay. There's a 14.
And that was 25 points of poison damage. Bob is gonna hold there. He's got his glaive out.
Okay.
I don't think, because he's a summoned being, I don't think he can hold actions like creatures, so he's just gonna hold position.
Okay.
With that said, let me double check something here.
Man, I don't think these ducky dice are good. You're cursed, damn duckies.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Pretty certain that's it that I've got. Yeah.
All right. It's gonna move up. 5, 10, 15, 10, 5, 30. Then it's gonna dash.
Oh my gosh. Once it enters 15 feet of me, it's gonna get attacked by spiritual guardians.
these guys. Okay. It's the end of its turn, Manny.
I'm going to drink my potion of speed to give me haste.
Okay.
For 1
Yeah.
minute.
Smart.
What's
So-
haste do in D&D?
Same thing.
Okay.
Extra action.
Okay.
Extra action, double movement, +2 to AC. I just had it up.
That's neat.
Advantage on dexterity saving throws. And yeah, so with 1 action, I'm going to resume the concentration of Call Lightning to try to zap at it.
Okay. And it's just within 5 feet, so you can hit him without hitting anybody else, right?
If I do it on the backside,
Yeah.
then that should be far enough away from hitting my illusion or Bob. So it has to do a dex save of 13.
There's a fail.
Ooh, so on a fail, it takes 27 damage. Lightning. I'm going to bonus action turn into a giant boa constrictor.
Yeah. So you use your bonus action to drink the potion.
Oh, you're right.
If you want to use your action to wild shape, I'll allow that.
I will. I'll use my action to wild shape into the giant constrictor.
Okay.
And then I'm going to.
I don't have a giant snake on me.
I can use this.
I wish
This
you were
wolf.
not bringing. Okay. Yeah. Use it.
It's a huge creature.
I regret not bringing the snakes that I have.
Oh man. And then I'm going to. I have double movement speed, so it takes it up to 60. And I'm gonna move over here,
Okay.
and that's my turn.
Okay. Phoenix.
I'm going to.
Go get it. Yeah, I threw it. It's over there.
At.
And you're summoning your spiritual guard, or
Go get
Yeah.
it.
they deal radiant damage.
Yes.
It's down there.
They do.
I swear
Um,
it is. You're so cute, but you're a little stupid.
I am
Here.
going to do guiding bolt.
Okay.
Oh. Didn't
Yeah.
catch or cast play fetch.
Oh, she does. Just with my hair ties,
19
though.
plus 8, 27.
Hits.
And I cast that at 2nd level.
Get it.
Sorry. Hey, what was your Constitution save for the poison effect?
What was the save for that?
Yeah, because does he repeat the save? No, you. You poisoned him.
Yes.
He repeats the save on his end of his turns.
Let me check.
4. Can I borrow this?
I was like,
5.
I was only sick for my food just that morning.
No,
Well, right here.
I got it.
Yeah.
Does he repeat the save?
Give me 1 second.
11, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 points of damage.
There's poison
guiding
until the end
bolt?
of my next turn.
Jesus Christ, what?
End of my next turn.
He's poisoned?
Mhm.
It's radiant damage.
Okay, how much? You say 18?
18, yes. 18 radiant damage. And the next attack roll made against this target,
Has advantage.
yes, has
Yep.
advantage. And then with that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna move away.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Swift.
I'm gonna try and hit him. 23 to hit.
Hits.
I'm also 15. I just get rid of that one because I did that, and then I don't have the one back.
Yeah.
Damage.
Okay.
The second one does not hit.
Okay.
It was a 9.
Okay. Sal'enna.
Bob's gonna make an attack with his glaive. So let's see here. That's a 29 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. And he is gonna smack Achilles for 2 damage.
Okay.
Okay, and then Sal is going to hit with another Ray of Sickness. And she attempts to hit for a 21.
Hits.
HC. It's going to be another con check.
Okay.
And that is 23 points of damage.
Okay.
Poison.
Damage.
Did you know technically you had advantage?
On the first attack.
Yeah, she would have hit anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's just...
That is a 23 for the con save.
okay, then he's not poisonous.
Okay.
And that's all I've got for now.
Cool. So, 2. Alright. It is going to make a fist attack against the illusion.
Not Medusa.
That is a miss. It's going to make another fist attack against the illusion.
Does it have an AC?
That's another miss. Those were 2 nat ones.
I don't know if my illusions have AC. So, wait,
yeah.
2 nat ones?
No, but he's missing. That's the thing.
Oh, wow.
Third attack is going to go against the illusion again.
His intelligence is not high.
Alright. That one hits. And as soon as his fist passes through it, kind of, and then reforms itself, and immediately he looks confused and. Manny, it is your turn.
I'm going to use my first action to resume the Call Lightning. So for a Dex 13 saving throw for him.
It's a fail.
It's going to take 20 lightning damage.
Okay.
And yeah, screw it. It'll kind of strike where my illusion's at. Just because no one else is near there. And then as a giant boa constrictor who's super hasty, so I'm going to slither my way. I'm going to try to wrap myself around his legs.
Okay. But it's only
It's a 17 to hit.
hits.
Alright. So it does 13 damage as I wrap myself around his legs and try to squeeze it into a bind. It has to do a DC 16 grapple check.
Escape DC. So it is grappled.
Is
It is-
escape DC
The creature is restrained. The snake can't constrict another target.
So all attacks against it have advantage, and all of its attacks have disadvantage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
You're like laying down status effects on this fool, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're switching up your game here.
Yeah.
I'm a sneaky snake, man. We're team snakes.
These Team Snakes.
Team
you
snakes.
get the feeling now.
Okay. Phoenix. It is your turn.
We
Okay.
enjoy you, John.
Good. I do my
Um,
best.
I'm going to. We will. Bonus.
What's escape DC?
So escape DC is what he has to roll. He has to use an action to break the constraint by making a athletics check.
It's
and that's-
athletics. Okay.
It's either athletics or strength. It depends.
I would have assumed it would have been
We
like
will
a strength.
bonus action spiritual weapon.
Athletics is strength. It's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So it's just proficiency.
And my spiritual weapon this time takes a form of a mini giant. No, probably not that, but 16 plus 8 math. 24.
Hits. Just use this for your spiritual weapon.
And it's gonna take 12 damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action, we'll say Sacred Flame. So they must make a dexterity saving throw of 16.
Sorry, dex save of 16.
Yeah.
That is a 14.
Okay. We're gonna take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
But it's radiant damage. I don't know if that matters.
Doesn't seem to have any additional effect against him.
Okay, that's good to know.
Alright.
And that is my turn.
Swift.
Same thing. To hit.
Hits.
21 damage.
Okay.
Look how I rolled 4 and it's 21 damage.
Yeah, how is that possible?
Because it's plus 7, so that's 11 plus the 10 from the minus 5. And the second one is a 23 to hit.
Both hit.
So like Katie is, I looked up like
25 damage.
characters that you can, how high you can get your hit DC. You
25
can get
damage?
into the 90s. But she's on the path to do that. Like there's a couple mechanics where she could
Okay.
hit over 30 every
Is that the end
single
of your turn?
just base attack.
Sal'enna?
Bob comes in with a glaive attack, and it kind of hits him with the side because he's a skeleton, doesn't hold his grip very, all the time. But still hits for a 25, but only does 2 points of damage.
Okay.
As Sal continues to flick her wrist like a wizard she is, and sends another ray of sickness for a 28 to hit.
Hits.
And 13 points of damage with a con check for you, sir.
That is a 24.
You pass that, so he is not poisoned.
How much damage?
That's a total combined of 15 points of damage.
And it's necrotic.
Poison.
Poison damage. Okay.
And that is our turn.
Okay. Mental math. Starting the mouth's turn, you watch as that purple vine that seems to be tethered to him, emanating from the statue, pulsates, and you watch as like his fat starts to grow a little bit, and some of the arrows that were sticking out of him go and get popped out of his body, and he seems almost invigorated by that.
We might have to cut that umbilical cord. That's what I assume it is.
John, that is one miss. That is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So, 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And that is a 14 to hit.
I have AC of 14.
Okay, so that's a hit. 16, 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
What was that first number?
15, no, 12.
Oh, okay.
Fireworks on a Sunday at like
9 o'clock.
I don't know those people.
Cool. He's celebrating the new week. Tomorrow's Monday, isn't it?
The thundercloud
At least
that
it's not
was
midnight this
hovering
time.
over us dissipates as I lose my concentration on
Okay.
Call lightning.
Okay. It's the end of his turn. Manny.
I'm gonna be
Slithering snake.
still gonna be a sneaky
I
snake
know.
and just hit him with that.
Snickety snack.
2 bite attacks.
Fang him, Manny. Fang him.
One
Getting
metal
them.
dice.
Bite
Were all the
him one
rage.
bite at a time.
They said one metal dice were all the rage. And no.
Ooh, that is a
Exactly.
24 to hit.
Hits.
And then the second bite attack is gonna be a
We still need to do
9 to hit.
I got a lot of
misses.
dice I need to
So he
pass.
takes 12 damage
Okay.
in total. And that's my turn.
Okay. You have 2 actions, don't you? Or is it? both
That
acts?
was, yeah, it was 2 bites.
Okay. Phoenix.
Aw, Phoenix
Did he-
swings.
Did he make his grapple save? Or that grapple
He
check?
didn't
on
try and
him?
break it.
He didn't, okay.
Because you have to use an action to
Oh.
try and break the grapple.
Swings with the spiritual weapon. Probably missing for 14.
Forgot all of our attacks have advantage, and all of his attacks have disadvantage when he's
What?
restrained.
Oh, so I have advantage.
Uh-huh.
What you're telling me.
Yes.
And now it's a 17.
Hits.
Oh, thanks, advantage. And that is 10 points of damage from the spiritual weapon. Once the spiritual weapon is cast, it's a bonus action and it just counts as a weapon, correct? It's not a spell anymore?
Nope.
So I can cast a spell at
Yes.
first level?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
And no, I'm not. It's a 12.
Yes. You still do
Okay.
it with advantage.
Oh, right. It's a 16.
That hits. That is the AC.
Ooh.
This advantage is nice.
Yes, it is. Especially when I have crap dice that somehow it still works on. 9, 10, 11 points from Guiding Bolt. That was bonus action. That was action. My turn is done, and now he's also got more advantage on him. I know it doesn't count
Super
that way,
advantage.
but he got advantage again. It's bedazzling things.
Okay. How much damage, sorry?
11. Yeah,
Is it the end of your turn?
that is the end of my turn. Yes.
Swift.
Advantage.
Good.
Yes.
20, 30.
Okay. Hits.
24 damage.
Okay.
Advantage on both.
Base.
Advantage on both.
16. 21 to hit.
Hits. Just gonna use my calculator. It'll be easier. I'm starting to run out of lines.
23 damage.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Sal'enna.
Bob is going to attempt to hit for an 18 with his sleeve.
Hits.
Hits. Okay. That surprises me, but
I got it 16 hits.
16 is the AC.
Yeah, I just learned that because I thought I was not
he
going to
does a
get
little
it.
bit better. He actually gets some edge and does 6 points of damage.
Okay.
The reason I don't have Sal's all figured out is I was gonna see, can Sal, from being on top of the log, see into the stump?
Yes. Yeah, you can see down in. It is a green, like. It's a mix of like green and black. It seems like some of that black ichor you saw earlier is bleeded into it, but it's mostly like this green water pond. The statue has a mouth on it that the water seems to be trickling out of, and it seems to be just trickling out barely. As it seems in its mouth, there is kind of this purple mass of vines leading down into the water where it comes out of the stump and then travels across the ground and tethers to the back of the giant.
Is that something I can target?
Sure.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and cast.
Are you shooting at the one in the section
mouth.
in the mouth?
Yep.
Okay.
Firebolt.
Okay.
That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
HC. And that's going to be 12 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Do I notice anything as sort of a...
It seems to damage the vine in a
Okay.
sense.
It's
right
blackened
at the base, like
at
it
least.
seems charred
Okay.
for sure.
Any insight into if the vines on the ground, as I sent the firebolt out, the vines that are leading to the giant, did anything twitch?
Roll me an insight check.
Okay. Natural 1.
Cool. Hard to tell.
Okay.
That made a difference.
That's turn.
Okay. You watch as another wave travels through the vine. Again, arrows and wounds close on the giant.
I forgot about that part. It's my turn. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's gonna make another. Sorry. Roll this. Okay. It's gonna make 2 more fist attacks at the constrictor snake.
Sneaky snack.
That is a 24 to hit.
That super hits.
Even with disadvantage. 10, 22 points of damage. Bludgeoning.
Ooh, okay, I'm looking. My snake shape is looking pretty rough.
Okay. The other one is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That is 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So I'm knocked out of my snake form back into
No!
my furball self.
Okay. It is going to make a bite attack against you now.
Okay.
So no longer at a disadvantage. 22 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 points of piercing damage. And he seems to, as he takes a bite into your shoulder, tries to like pull a section off and seems invigorated by that as well. He is going to push through you here.
Okay.
And get into melee. And then that's the end of his turn. Manny.
I'm going to.
For your guys' convenience as well, I guess I can. Do you have another pen or something that you want to use? Just here's the tether.
Okay. So bonus action. Going to use the prayer beads.
Okay.
And then
Your Bob gets an attack of opportunity.
Oh, sweet. 28.
That is.
Figured it would. See if he does. I need to upgrade his weapons. What I need to do. 1 point of
You've
damage.
just given him crappy weapons.
Well, I've only ever picked up a glaive, and then I haven't thought about it. But really, I need to start thinking about that, equipping them with better armor and. 1 point of damage.
Yep.
for my turn, I'm going to use the prayer beads to cast Cure Wounds on myself as a bonus action. and it's second level. That's your spellcasting modifier.
You're casting sorry, what?
Cure wounds with the prayer beads as with the bonus action that it gives me. So that is 14 plus 2, so I gain 16 health.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
Still have 2 actions.
my 2 actions. I do have a dagger of warning. I want to try to stab the cord, the tether to the giant.
Yep, one attack.
I've never used the attack before. That misses. I think.
What'd you roll?
I rolled an 8, but I don't know what the modifier is for.
Equip the weapon in your inventory.
It's equipped.
Then it should be under your listed actions and attack with it. Should tell you what bonuses are. You go to actions,
Oh, actions. Oh, okay.
and then it'll say dagger warning as one of your actions. At the very top of like weapon attacks and spell attacks. Should have your cantrips and your weapons listed.
Here we are. So plus 4, so it's a 12 to hit.
That hits.
Alright.
It's a static object.
Now I'm going to hit it for a staggering 4 damage
Okay.
as I stab it.
Yeah. Slicing into it, you make a visual gash into that vine, and it seems that some black ooze ickers out and remains on the blade, but kind of ickers out of the wound.
Can I want to keep attacking it, make sure I try to sever it more so.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to attack it again. Same roll. So that's a 12 to hit it
Okay.
for 5 damage.
Okay.
As I try to
It's deeper. It
solve
is a thick, coiled vine. Like it is.
And that's my turn.
Cool. Phoenix.
Yes. So can I see what Manny's been doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say looking at a giant and seeing your friend behind it, not looking at the giant but knife out, looking down at a vine, it's pretty easy to pick up what's going on.
I'm going to use the spiritual weapon to hit
Okay.
the vine. 12.
Hit.
Hit. 12 points of damage.
What kind of damage? Just spiritual. Does it just do bludgeoning or slashing? Or
I think
whatever?
it just does slashing.
Okay. I didn't know if it did radiant.
No, it doesn't. And then, I can actually do 2 attacks as a bonus action. You can move it up to 20 feet and repeat an attack against a creature within 5 feet of it. So.
Does it not use the bonus action to attack?
So
the person?
I think you can do it both.
So
It says casting time is 1 bonus action.
you already you cast it turns ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And then you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet on hit. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against the creature within 5 feet of it. So you're using your bonus action on each of your turns to do this.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you.
So it's not a sentient object, which means
Gotcha.
it doesn't get like.
So now I have 1 action.
Yes.
Gotcha. I am going to. I will Sacred Flame the giant.
Okay.
And that's a wisdom.
Fail. Natural 1. I'm rolling a lot of these.
And that'll
It's been the player night.
that'll be 10 radiant damage.
To the
Giant. I didn't figure I could Sacred Flame the Because it would have no dexterity saving throw.
It does say creature. On
Yeah.
Sacred Flame, so.
So. And that is my turn.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm gonna move 15 more, but not through that. Okay.
Swift.
Same thing.
These pumpkins are like 5 feet in diameter, so you're like peering into them. You essentially half covered.
Okay.
Do we still have advantage?
It's within melee of you, so you actually have disadvantage on ranged attacks.
My little spirit guardians just be a bunch of little pumpkins floating. Aww.
Oh.
Definitely the player's nice.
Nice. As it is looming over you, and you're trying to make these arrow attacks.
No, same thing.
12.
No.
No, 17.
22 damage.
That does it.
Or 17.
Yeah.
25 damage.
Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna put, I don't know why I didn't do this before, a bonus action puts the Slayer's Prey on him.
Okay.
I could have been getting that extra d6 damage.
Sal'enna?
So first up is Bob.
Yep.
He's gonna spike the leg for a 22 to hit. Yup. He has a 10-foot range with the glaive, so he doesn't have to be. Just in case it matters later when you try to smack him. Just in case.
No, I get it.
Okay. 10 points of damage from him.
Okay.
Sal is going to ask if, instead of insight, if as she's peering she can investigate. Check. Kind of as a reaction as she casts another firebolt at it.
At the thing, okay, make the attack.
Okay, that is a 12 to hit.
Hits. Yeah, give me an investigation check then,
That would be a 21.
for sure. Roll damage on fireball.
9 points of damage.
Okay. Alright, two things. A, you can see that they are currently cutting into the vine right at the base of it.
Okay.
You can also see that hitting the section that's in the mouth is causing the entire vein to shift colors, while black ichor is pouring out of the section that they're cutting. And it seems that you guys are damaging separate areas of the vine, but what you're doing to it seems to be more effective for less effort, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Seems that like your two things that you're doing aren't correlating. You guys don't see this, but what you're doing seems more effective per hit than what they're doing.
And from this investigation, I can genuinely tell that this is feeding some sort of life force into this thing. Okay, that's mostly what I
Yes.
wanted to confirm.
Yes,
other
absolutely.
than just
Each time that this creature seems to receive a good chunk of damage, there's this pulsating push that goes through the vines. It seems like whatever that black ichor that is in gets pushed inside of him, and his body swells and repels the damage.
okay. And that's turn.
Okay. The giant gonna take a turn. So roll again. Okay. It is gonna make 3 fist attacks against. Okay, 3 fist attacks against Swift.
How are you looking? HP wise?
I'm doing pretty good.
That is
I know
a
druids are
18
tanky,
to
but
hit, a
that's
16 to
not
hit,
lost.
and a
Four.
22 to
I
hit.
got knocked in my form, took a hit, but
The
with the
16
Kirby's, it helped out quite a bit.
Okay.
This is low in this.
Yeah.
I've got something that can hopefully help. If you hooty hoo.
That is.
Mine's
realized
really
I had
far.
better
Like,
options to
in
give
the other
myself
game,
that.
mine
Okay.
is
Start
14.
taking advantage of now.
23 points of bludgeoning damage. 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, Katie's.
Oh, you're down?
I'm down.
Okay, so the third attack, the 23, is going against you then.
23 to hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay. Done first. 15 plus 3, that is 18 points of bludgeoning
18, alright.
Does it smell like cat?
Hmm?
Does it smell like cat? No? Okay. It's just me then.
Okay. Manny.
Alright, I'm going to... I want to say this is turn like 5 since I've used my...
This is going to be the this will be the 5th turn.
5th turn. Okay, just make sure I won't be lethargic yet. I'm going to again bonus action wild shape change into the giant constrictor snake.
Okay.
Bonus action, and then I'm going to use my first action to try to constrict him again. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Alright. Then so he takes 13 damage.
Okay.
And the target is grappled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make a bite attack.
Okay.
For 21 to hit and 12 damage. Although I should probably keep hitting the core, but that's my turn.
Okay. Phoenix. You have watched your friend go down.
Yes. I am with my staff. Can't remember which ones my staff has. Sorry. With the staff, I'm going to. We're gonna go. Sorry.
I don't know if you can reach melee with it.
I have to touch.
So this is considered difficult terrain because these
Yeah.
are 5-foot pumpkins.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to. How far? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 feet? Okay. Healing word at 3rd level. 3d4. It's not a lot, but it'll be something. Sorry. 3, 4, 5 plus 4, 9 points of healing. Freaking egg!
Your feline reflexes kick in, your eyes open wide, wider than they've ever been as you just breathe air again. Swift, it is your turn. Still prone.
Oh, still prone.
Still prone. Yeah, she has to spend half her movement to get up.
Standing up. Huh? Yeah?
Yay, I'm up!
If you're attacking range, you're still in melee. So, not with disadvantage, it's a straight roll, because you have advantage from the constriction.
That's 23 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
17.
Okay.
Same roll.
Yep.
24.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh wait, I can put a plus d6.
Yes, on both.
During my turn, can I have started trying to make my way through the patch?
That's 8 more damage.
You can move 15 feet because it's.
Oh, right.
What?
8 more damage.
Okay.
And you guys can all tell I kind of have a little bit more.
She gets up and immediately, like does the kick flip over onto her feet and is immediately like feline, crazy eye, like bold eyes all of a sudden, very different than what you remember her being 2 seconds ago. Sal'enna.
She's got 8 lives left.
Bob's gonna try to hit for 14.
Huh?
Bob's gonna attempt to hit for 14.
Okay. Miss.
Misses. And then Sal is gonna cast Wither and Bloom at 4th level. That is con of 16. Check for you. Regardless,
That is a. Sorry, what did you say?
16.
It is a 16.
Okay, you'll still take half damage, so 5 points of damage total for you.
5 points damage.
And that's necrotic if that matters.
It does. Thank you.
And then, would I be able to tell from my distance who's looking hurt?
I mean, you saw one person get knocked out. Manny just transformed. And that's the only other person that's taken a hit this turn, or this game, or this combat. And Manny just turned into a snake. That looks pretty healthy.
Okay.
But
and
you
are
did,
they?
you did see.
They're within
Swift
10
go
feet
down.
of each other, right?
Yeah. You
Okay.
did see Swift go down and just come back.
The other effect of Wither and Bloom is I can pick 2 creatures of my choice to regain a hit point. So 5 hit points plus any of your hit dice if you choose to roll it. So you get 5 points of healing, and then you can use your hit dice to roll if you'd like to. Yeah.
How many hit dice can you expend?
In addition, 1 or yeah. Oh, it's 1 creature. Sorry, I thought it was 2.
I'm a healthy snake.
Well, then it's going to be the one that just got down. So, can spend and roll 1 of its unspent hit dice and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll. So 5 plus 1 of your unspent hit.
Rangers are D8.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say. Plus, yeah.
8 health.
Something.
Getting back up there.
And that's all Sal's got for this turn.
Okay. Let's roll the. Okay. It's going to make 1 fist attack against each of you, so that's 1 fist attack against Swift. That's a miss.
It's got disadvantage.
Oh, thank you. The first one didn't matter either way. Okay, that is plus 8, 14. It knows. 15 to hit the snake.
That hits.
So it's 12 points of bludgeoning damage to the snake. And a attack against Bob, because he has range of 10 feet. At disadvantage, that is a 25 to hit.
Oh, that's going to hit.
It's almost a max roll. 16, 21, 27 points of bludgeoning damage as he like whips his fist around and hits Bob right in the side.
Bob shatters into
Oh, God.
206 pieces.
Not Bob.
Is
You
Bob
watch
gone?
Because he like immediately like tries to punch one of the snakes and then backhands Bob. The fist the
Bob
same
able to
size
come
as
back?
Bob.
That's up to the DM. He is kind of.
That is the end of his turn. You guys watch
Hold
as
on.
a.
I have a question.
Yep.
I did cast Spiritual Guardians. Would he be
He would.
within 15 feet now? Okay.
10, 15. So it's a wisdom save.
It is.
That's a fail.
You gotta see. Oh, it's definitely within
7.
4th level. I didn't get. Oh, it had to have been at 3rd level. That's right. 7.
Yep.
3d8. And I gotta find it. There we go. 16 plus 6 is 22. 22 radiant damage.
Okay. At the end of his turn, you watch as The purple vine that tethers to it pulses as another run goes through. This time you see 2 explosions. The black acre, one pouring out of the mouth of the statue and the other pouring out of the wound. And he seems to kind of get a little bit bigger, and some of the arrows pop out, but not quite all of them. Okay. Manny.
I'm not lethargic yet, am I?
No.
This is the 6th turn.
Yeah, so you have 1 minute. A round is 6 seconds, which means you have 10 rounds in a minute.
Oh. I thought it was 6 rounds and then you're lethargic.
No, so it's 1. Let's see. 1 round.
Okay, we'll have to get 10 rounds. That's
Yeah.
sweet. Cool. What I'm gonna do...
Yeah, a turn is 6 seconds, and you get 1 minute.
1 minute of it. Alright. I have a bite attack with a range of 10 feet, so while I'm restraining him, I'm going to use 2 bite attacks on where I was cutting into the tether. So the first attack is going to be a 11 to hit.
Hits.
And that's going to be 12 points of damage. Yep, 12 damage to that vine where I was cutting into. Does it look...
You're able to kind of rip out a little piece of it.
A little bit of a piece. Okay, I'm going to attack it again.
Okay.
For 19 to hit.
Hit.
And then that is going to be another 12 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my bonus action for the turn to expend a spell slot to heal D8 damage. We'll do 2nd level. So I'm going to heal 2d8.
Let's say it's a class feature thing.
It's the combat druid wild shape. So I heal for a 6. And then that is my turn.
Okay. Phoenix.
Okay. Spiritual weapon on the vine. Oh, well, that was a 9, and then I hit it. 17.
Hit.
And...
Spiritual weapon on the line?
Yeah,
Yep.
spiritual weapon. 12 points of damage.
Okay. It is hanging on by a thread. Like a when you're cutting a rope with a knife, just like the central thread seems to be just barely holding on. Because this thing is splitting.
Okay. Ah, I got nothing. I can do that. Yeah. Regular action. We're going to Sacred Flame. Again. Dexterity 16.
Fail. That's 8.
9 points of damage to the big guy.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say, somebody else please get that vine! And then I'm going to be done.
Swift.
I don't think I can see the vine from where
No,
I'm at,
you
so
probably
I'll
can't.
go
You are still
to
within melee of this.
21.
Hit.
31 damage. That was max damage that I can do right now. 23 to hit.
Hit.
29 damage. That's it.
It's looking hurt. Sal'enna.
Bob's dead.
No! Well,
He was always
he was always dead, yeah. That's not new.
And she's gonna continue her focus now that Swift seems to be up and moving around. towards the mouth of the statue and shoots a 23 to hit for 4 damage. Fire.
Okay. As it hits, you watch as the clump that is in the mouth of the statue immediately sizzles up into a flame, and you see it start to burn and fall, and like embers fall into the pool. And at the same time, a very clear line of that purple that colors the vine shoots down it as it immediately starts to wither and crumple, and then snaps at the point that you guys were cutting before turning to kind of ash as it.
That's turn.
Okay. Okay. 3 fist attacks. So first one against me is a 6 plus 9, 15 to hit.
That hits.
Also, you would take Spiritual Guardian.
Starting his turn, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a 13 for wisdom.
13, so it would lose. Let me.
Is that a fail?
Yes. Wait, I didn't test that.
16 points of bludgeoning damage.
13 points of damage
Okay.
from radiant damage.
Double 16, so it's 25 to hit on the snake.
That hits.
That is 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And that is a 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. That is his turn. Phoenix.
Does it?
Oh, Manny, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Manny, then Phoenix.
I'm going to use my bonus action to heal. I'm going to cast that at 3rd level, so I'm going to heal for 3d8.
What are you doing?
So it's my...
Oh,
what's the wild shape?
combat drill.
Combat wild shape. I can heal 1d8 at a spell slot.
Oh,
per
so
spell
as a
slot.
bonus action, you can use a spell slot and heal 1d8 per spell slot
Exactly.
level?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to do that. Roll for 17. And then I'm going to make 2 bite attacks at it again. So first one
Ooh.
is going to be 12 to hit. Just assume does not hit.
Yeah, no.
And the next one is going to be even less than that. So 2 bites with...
Yeah, it's hard to reposition yourself after turning yourself around so you could bite the vine earlier. It's hard to reposition yourself as a snake to get a good grab on him. Phoenix, it's your turn now.
Oh. We have advantage, but...
Once I get
That's my
out,
Yeah.
since I'm like basically out, like would it still be rough terrain?
No.
Okay. 10, 15, 20, 25. How you feeling, Swifty?
17.
Oh, that's like just the idea of her actually like quantifying her health.
On a scale of 1 to 57.
Yeah, I think I'm like a 17 right now.
So, like, not very great.
Okay, we can do with this.
Happy to be
From
here.
the staff, I'm gonna use 4 charges and cure wounds. That's 4. Oh my gosh, why can't I find these freaking dice when I use them? And then I know which one I'm using. Oh my gosh. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 health.
Thank you. Thank
And
you so much.
you're welcome. And then bonus action spiritual weapon because I forgot that's how that would have to go. Natural 20.
Woohoo!
So 28. I know. Does it double the dice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I need 2. And do you just roll one and then like do I double it or do
I'll leave it up to you if you want to roll twice the dice or if you just want to roll one dice and double the number, but you need to decide before you roll.
Okay, I'm going to roll 2 of the dices. Because 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And that is going to be my turn, and I'm going to stay there.
Okay. Swift.
You have advantage.
16.
That hits. That's the AC.
She has advantage, but then she has disadvantage, so she
for
like
doing
cancels
ranged
out.
attack anyway.
Oh, being that close.
Yeah.
She's still shooting the bow.
27
Okay.
damage. Nope, the next one is not hit. It's 10.
That misses. Alright. End of your turn.
Yep.
Sal'enna.
I'm gonna use Ray of Sickness, and it's a 27 hit.
Hit.
It's 24 points of damage,
Okay.
and the con is 16.
Natural 20.
Okay.
He's so
Not
smart.
poisoned.
So
End
healthy.
of turn.
As he has boils and blobs and ooze and black ichor leaking out of him.
I feel fine.
So healthy.
Yeah.
Alright.
I ate my veggies.
It is the Giants' turn. What do you do? Okay, it's gonna make a.
Wisdom check.
Oh, yes. 8.
8.
It is not a wise creature.
16 spiritual guardian damage.
Okay. It is going to attempt to make a bite against the stick on it. That is a.
Oh, there's that.
22 to hit.
That hits.
That is 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11 points damage. Fist attack against you. 11.
That misses.
And second fist. Is that 14?
My AC is 14.
Okay, so that's a hit.
Hit. Alright.
6, 7, 8, 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And that's the end of its turn. Manny.
Same thing, bonus action to heal at 3rd level for 15, and I'm going to make 2 bite attacks again. 17 plus 6, 23 to hit.
Hit.
And then second bite is 21 to hit for 24 damage in total.
Okay. Quick math. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Phoenix.
Okay. Spiritual weapon. Because we added up, we might as well use it. What is 8 plus 7 does?
15.
15, so it does not hit.
That's my favorite math. The 8s and 7s.
You know?
That's the reason why I have to know that
You
one.
know. I got nothing. And then for my action, I am going to. I'm going to mass healing words. I think I can get 6 creatures. So I'm just gonna say all of my friends, even if they need it or not. So I won't really know, but it's going out there into the universe, into the aether. 3, 4, 5, 9 points of healing for anybody who needs it.
Thank you. This ogre's thinking, I wish I was your friend.
Yeah. I say it all in giant. Like my mass healing word is all in giant, just to rub it in.
Cool. He has an intelligence of 3. He can't understand you.
What? Even in giant?
No, he doesn't speak any language.
Oh.
He doesn't understand language. Swift.
He's barely functioning, moving his body parts.
He has an intelligence of 3.
Yeah.
So he can't understand anything.
24 times.
Hit. Okay.
Someone is not hit.
Okay. Is it the end of your turn? It's Sal'enna's turn.
Actually, can I move?
Sure.
I'll take
Attack of opportunity
Okay,
will
never
occur
mind then.
if you'd like. Okay.
I'll just possibly die. It's cool. I came on here to look up squish marks.
It is Sal'enna's turn.
Ray of sickness.
Here's kind of back.
Roll the
20
attack.
to
You're a
hit.
big girl now.
Hit.
10 points of damage.
Okay.
That fun con check.
Anyone do it?
Oh. I wanted to hit it in the chest and kind of see the green energy kind of flare like kind of fire on it, and just leave a blackened scorch mark in the chest as it falls over without hitting somebody.
Yeah. You watch as this green energy pulsates in his chest, and immediately as his skin that is like this orangish, brownish, disgusting color. Do you want to switch the music
Yeah.
as well? His chest that is orangish brown normally, and just this disgusting
Did you
mass of
say
like
that?
pus,
Okay.
all
It's like
lights up
eating-
vivid green, except for in the center of his chest. You see as the rest of the skin turns green momentarily, the outline of a very significant black hand mark on his chest as he falls backwards on, crashes into the pumpkins.
At least it didn't land on any of us.
Yeah, as soon as the body hits the ground, it immediately, you can see the fat on it start to break apart. Its flesh seems to almost peel off as it is just oozing out this black ichor from its body. Looking back, you can actually see that the statue in the pond is now gushing out fresh water from the mouth. And you can see that essentially water pond that is in this hollowed out trunk is starting to ever so slowly start to clear out and starting to turn to a more vibrant, clear, like aqua almost color. You can see there were a lot of purple vines that were growing out of that, coming out of that water and spreading out into the forest, and around the ring of the trunk they are all starting to turn to ash as they slowly start to die, and the purple starts to fade, ever so creeping towards the thorn wall, the brambleberry wall that surrounds this grotto.
Woohoo! I'm gonna turn back out of my snake form to normal form as a wave of lethargy just takes over me, and I just
Yeah,
catch my breath.
one turn left, so
Yeah.
it's the forward turn.
Sal's feeling pretty winded, and she jumps down
You
and
are stunned for a turn.
solemnly inspects the hand on the giant, but without paying it too much mind, she goes to pick up the 206 bones on the side of the field. Start just packing them away inside her.
You should really label
my
them.
goodness.
Yeah.
Fix
That was
edge bomb.
crazy. That was like crazy.
I thought you almost died there.
Yeah, I almost did.
Ooh.
I lost Bob.
Oh man.
Poor Bob. We gonna miss him so much. He was like so
Greater
cool.
restoration.
He
You
ate
can
Manny's
bring
food.
You cast it on her.
I'm gonna cast it on her. I don't have greater restoration.
I do with my prayer beads.
Something has to be wrong with her. Swifty, dear, are you feeling
Yes.
okay?
I'm great.
Uh,
I'm alive again. This is great. I'm feeling awesome. Like,
Sal's just
So
picking up the
amazing.
bones. She's
yeah.
Do you think you can bring Bob back?
I
Okay,
will
nobody else is
confer
concerned.
like I'm
to my
really
black
sad
book
about Bob, but like
and check and see if
we
I
beat
can.
him, and it looks like
Hopefully it's
coming
a
back and
nifty manual.
Yeah, everybody
back
seems
together.
cool with
Yeah.
this whole situation, so we're just gonna all be cool with this situation. Isn't anybody else worried that she has said 30 words in the last 5 seconds?
I think
gosh,
it's more prevalent that we all get some rest.
You seem to be more alive than usual.
yeah, I'm alive.
You guys have been fighting for the better part of a few minutes now. It doesn't take long for these combats, but it feels like hours have passed, and just the amount of energy you've exerted.
I used most
In
of my
the
spell
moment.
slots.
In that time, you can tell that the sun is starting to hit the far horizon, because what was very bright, you can tell that there's starting to creep a shadow along the edge of the bramble wall that will soon kind of cast this area in darkness as night settles in.
Can I insight arcana just sense as I'm picking up the bones if the place feels materially more safe than when we entered it?
Roll me an arcana or nature check.
I will do arcana. That's an 18.
Bro.
I want to know who that is.
bro.
I don't even know who that is.
Who is that? That's gonna be my new bestie.
He looks fun.
I don't know how that even popped up. I can't even. Some random character.
Oh no, what if somebody hacked into our screen?
Not the mainframe.
Okay. Sorry, what did you roll?
An 18 on arcana.
It's in your pictures.
Yeah, it's probably in my list of D&D character images.
You should make that character.
18?
Yep.
Okay. You can tell that with the clear water now flowing into this basin of the trunk, the ground around it seems to be, the grass is growing at an exponential rate, or like changing colors. The purple vines are withering, and after a bit of time is given, you can see that when they reach the bramble wall starts to crumble a little bit, and the overall like cursed energy felt from those vines that did have some magical aura to them seem to be fading from the area around it. The air feels less thick.
With the sun setting, I believe it'd be good to...
Sleep here?
It doesn't feel like anything is of necromantic power, and this would give us time to observe the giant's body tomorrow in proper mindset and
I was thinking,
Okay,
space.
sounds good to me.
Well, anything does right now for
the
you.
ash seems to be, like, those vines seem to be going, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to send a message to Borak,
Okay.
and I'm going to say, come check Grotto in the morning, I think we solved the issue.
Okay.
I
Words,
love
not
that. Yeah, I
syllables.
know. The issue. Water flowing clear here.
Okay. Can you respond to these ones?
He can, yeah. With, I think, the creature hears a message in his mind, recognizes you as the sender, and can answer in a like manner.
Okay.
So,
You
we can
get
only
back.
get short, 25 words. Or less.
Thank you. I will come.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
What do you guys
go
like to do?
sleep tucked in next to this log just in case anything wants to come find us.
You guys are gonna set up camp and try and long rest in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm
Are we
probably gonna check
going-
out the water in the stump.
It'd be nice to spend some time in the grove and check. Yeah, like you said, statue and stuff, but also set up for a long rest.
First watch, same way that we did it last time.
Works for me.
Sure
I'll go
thing.
first.
She has so much energy, she should go all night.
I don't think that would be good. I think maybe if she sleeps, whatever, poison or something.
I want everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh crap. Oh, crap.
6.
Is this magical?
None of your biz.
It is, because I have advantage. If
14.
Hey, 14!
Woohoo!
16.
14, 16. Sorry.
14.
14, 14, 16,
6.
6. Okay.
She just passes out.
The three of you under 15, you guys all
Oh.
get the benefits of a long rest for healing. However, it is a very rough sleep. After a few hours of going to bed, you immediately hear as it sounds like the forest around you is collapsing it, making it very hard to sleep. You can tell just based on the way that light is starting to peer in a little bit more, or you're able to see into the forest, that the bramble wall all around this grotto is collapsing.
Yeah.
You guys can take a long rest, but the three of you need to take a point of exhaustion for not getting the
But we can heal.
quality. You can heal.
Okay.
But I get
And
full
get our spell
benefits.
slots
yes.
back?
Sounds out like a bag of rocks.
Okay, but we take a point of exhaustion.
Yes.
One level. Deal.
I don't know why it makes one level of exhaustion worse than. Well, I guess it's not that bad. It's only just
Or disadvantage on ability checks.
ability checks. Yeah.
Speed halved is rough.
Yeah,
Oh.
that one is rough.
I was thinking the disadvantage on attacks, saving throws
Yeah.
would have been hard.
Well, yeah. It just like it doesn't seem like it would be that bad, but it is. It is like speed halved can change a lot for you, especially if you're a melee character.
You just run in.
Yeah.
My turn, I dash at half speed.
All right.
Yes.
Morning comes, and as the sun rises and you guys kind of look around, the crashing had stopped a little bit ago, and you can see that there is this ring of dead branches that surround it, but they seem to be withering still. And so at this point, they only stand like 6 feet tall. It's dense, but it's all like it's like crumpled dead branches piled on top of each other that seem to be shrinking with the forest. Looking deeper into the woods around you, you can see the trees are starting to look a lot healthier. You're not seeing the purple vines wrapped around the trees, at least nearest to you. And the grass around you, you've woken up to a very pristine green environment. Where those 3 mounds of like rubble and carcasses and like gore that these 3 and bones that made up, there seems to be instead a mossy green mound that seems to be engulfing that section, and the forest seems to be consuming it, restoring itself to its very pristine environment in here. You guys have time to kind of pack up your stuff before eventually you hear the rustling and pushing of branches and snapping of twigs as you see coming in on over here just south of the the central stump. A familiar stone giant steps through the branches and looks around. Friends, I have not seen this place in a long time. And he walks up and takes a big drink of the water from the central pond that is now pristine and clear. And he comes over to you guys and then looks down at this now almost like emulsified body corpse that's left behind. It is started to flatten out and spread out as it inside seemed to liquefy, but the skin is still mostly holding. Looking at it in the light, you can again see the larger than like a regular handprint, massive black hand just burnt into the center of its chest. That now that the skin is spread out, seems to be much more clear versus before it was all folded over each other and covered in boils. Looking down at it, he goes, I know this one. Banished. Years past. Not seen in a long time.
In Giant, I'm going to ask, where was he banished to?
Foul he was. Sent to wander the plains north. Banished to the sanctity of the Giants' Grotto. And he turns to you guys. I must ask that you leave our place. We are grateful. However, this sanctuary is for my kind alone and is now under my protection.
Good luck gathering all those giant creatures again.
They will return home. Thus is the way of the natural order.
Well, it was our pleasure to hope you get your grotto back.
Return to the forest, giant friends. Say hello again. Hope we shall. This will be the last time you see this place.
Yep. Not a problem.
He's kicking us out. We gotta go.
While they're speaking, I'd be trying to line up Bob's bones.
Mm-hmm.
Can I reanimate?
Give me an investigation check.
Ooh. Ooh, did you hear that?
Natural one!
Oh,
Oh no!
Where you saw a few
You're
of his bones
missing.
scatter,
Mm-hmm.
you're able to see a couple of them that are and pick them up and move them around, but it seems like there's a lot of spots in the mossy grass that seems to have overgrown something, and some of them even like squished down of like what looks like healthier sections of grass. You assume that maybe he just exploded into a million pieces, but more likely his bones, like the rest of the rubble and refuse, has been consumed by the forest.
Been consumed.
Man, we've lost one skelly each session now.
backhanded
No
by a
skeletons
giant.
to replace it.
I'm not gonna go kill people just so you guys say.
Giants are the Rob Bob Bane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Zombie Bane.
That's okay.
That'd be an interesting entourage of giant zombies with us.
Yeah.
She just
Hey.
crawled under the table.
Yeah.
We leave.
Yeah, guess we mosey on out of there.
Sounds good to me. Let's get going.
He follows you guys out of the grotto, and as soon as you break that clearing and you're out of the uncovered area and back into the canopy, he looks back and goes, "Tell the rangers thank you. We shall keep our promise and herd the giant creatures back to the forest. You are all friends of giants today.
Thank you.
Well, thanks.
Let me know if you ever need my assistance or advice."
Will do. Do you know where people would go north of here?
My tribe travels north, looking for a new home. Hopefully they will return. Distant relations with frost giants in the mountains north and beyond. Few little folk travel there. One friend of giant travels north with my pack.
Good to know. Okay. So if we see your pack, if we go north, should we tell them safe to return home?
I would be appreciative. They will hear through the whispers of the woods eventually, but your path may be more direct than Mother Nature's.
Okay. Say we go back to town.
Yep, let's tell the Rangers Guild the good news.
Okay.
If are you wanting to head north? It sounds like his people might be traveling with the ranger that you would like to see.
Well, the black handprint. If this decomposing giant was banished to the north and he came back with the black handprint,
Mm-hmm.
that might be a clue of where the evil might be stemming from. I think
Was
it's
that necrotic magic in that grotto? Was that necrotic magic in that grotto?
Necromantic.
Necromantic. It was. Okay.
What do you want me to answer to?
It wasn't necromantic magic in the grotto. I think you do know. I think it would be helpful to know what we're going. Do we think that black handprint is connected to necromancy? Anybody? Thoughts? Opinions?
I don't know. But I think the
It
north
looks like
sounds like a great adventure.
Looks
I
like
love
it was a bunch of
adventures.
dead stuff. I mean, still in the forest. The giant looked past decomposed when he attacked us, so I would assume it's some sort of death magic.
He wasn't undead by any means, and he wasn't
Oh,
decaying.
Uh-huh.
He looked sick with boils, growths, and like that black purple ichor that was flowing into him. He looked like he was very diseased, but he didn't look undead by any means. In fact,
Gotcha.
he looked quite healthy considering that whatever wounds he was sustaining seemed to be healed by that black ichor.
I think regardless of whatever you think it may be, that there's an opportunity to learn something further north.
I know there is. I'm just scared of what we might learn.
Why? Do my
Scared.
powers scare you?
Not yours. You have a conscience.
Is Bob gonna come back? He actually liked my food, I think.
I think he did. No, I'm gonna have to talk to one of his relatives in the future.
Okay. Well, hopefully they're around.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, let's make our way back to the Rangers Guild.
I also want to cast sending to, what's the one guy in the tower?
Oh, it is Terrace.
Yeah.
Terrace?
I want to send a note or a message to Terrace. Giant forest.
Yeah, Terrace. Okay.
Giant forest dealt with. Seems cleansed of an unexplained darkness. But we may head north. Or heading north on a lead. There you go.
Alright, I will make sure the council is aware. Best of luck. Thank you for the update.
You know these fancy beads you gave me that help heal? I think one of these beads helps us travel faster. And one of the beads is wind walk.
Well, but let's see if I
It
have-
came with certain.
Yeah, it
numbers of
came with
beads.
certain things.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has a certain number of beads, or
Uh-huh.
a certain number and types of beads that can get extended.
Okay. So it has 2 beads of favor, 1 bead of smiting, and 3 beads of curing.
Oh, because I think I used lesser restoration.
One of those is.
Yeah, I think that's
cure,
so.
or one of them.
I don't have it in front of me.
Do they regain on a?
Yes, they do.
At
Yeah.
dawn.
Yeah.
So it's not the one that comes with the list. It's a custom list, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's
Yeah.
so we have curing, so cure wounds, favor greater restoration, which is what you used.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it says it has 1 of smiting, correct is what I said?
Mhm.
So that would be branding smite.
Okay.
And so you have a couple beads of curing wounds or lesser restoration. You have a couple beads for greater
it's-
restoration and a couple beads for smiting. I can't remember the exact, but
I
I
think
can
it's-
tell you that in a second.
I see branding smite.
Yeah. So that's a bead of smiting gives you branding smite. So I think there's 1 bead. Of
1 bead
smite.
of smiting, 2 of favor. So I think that was the greater
I would add it to, like,
restoration.
Customize the item and add
Yeah.
description.
I was gonna add the list there.
And then 3 of curing, so you could either cure wounds or lesser restoration 3 times.
Okay.
For a
Awesome.
long rest.
Yeah, per long rest.
3 of curing.
2 of favor, 1 of smiting.
Okay. Cool.
So, I mean, that's 6 spells that you could do without using a spell slot, which is nice.
All right. Well, I guess we need to make our way back to the Rangers Guild. Let's watch out for those crocodiles.
That's probably a good idea.
You seem extra chipper.
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
Well, usually you're the strong, silent type.
That was old me.
Is this a new you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good to have you here.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Okay.
Does that mean you don't hate me?
No, of course I don't hate you. You're one of my friends, right?
Yes, totally. I'm one of your friends. We can share a room, correct?
Oh, of course. We'll have the best.
Oh my
sleepovers.
gosh! Okay, it's gonna be awesome. I am excited for this new endeavor.
first friend.
You don't have to be mean.
I wasn't.
That was
I was just stating fact.
I'm her friend.
Manny's
But
my
you
friend.
were the first.
We're all friends, right?
Yeah, we're all friends.
No. Sal wonders if we're friends.
Well, we tolerate you, but yeah.
Okay. Go check in with the Rangers.
You guys are
I
able
want
to push through, not using caution anymore and,
Yeah.
and pushing ahead. You guys are actually able to make it back to the entrance. It's going to be late at night when you do re-arrive in the city of Nyx, but you realize that you can make it in less time, meaning that you can make it to the city in one run without having to camp out overnight.
Oh, nice.
Just feeling more familiar with the terrain, knowing that you can travel lighter and easier, not having to be cautious on your approach. Passing by the south end of the yew forest, you guys can tell that the vines, the purple vines, have since pretty much died all the way out to the edge of the Giants forest when you left. Those mounds that you had seen previously, the purple ooze out of it has faded, but the mounds still exist and now instead seem to be green and healthy. You guys do see like small groups of animals that seem to be starting to meander their way north from those rolling hills. And yeah, you guys are able to travel back to Nyx just in time for nightfall.
Can I find the guard or the ranger that talked to me?
Belfour.
Belfour, thank you.
You could head to the barracks for the Rangers Guild,
Okay.
but finding a specific ranger, especially a gray cloaked ranger, you're come to the mental conclusion that specifically trying to find a ranger is going to be nigh impossible unless he wants you to
Yeah.
find him. But heading to the barracks that he mentioned when you guys first arrived in the city, of where the guild hall is located, you are greeted outside by a ranger that seems to be posting guard. He's wearing simple leather armor, no cloak or anything, and a short sword. Welcome. How can I help you guys? This is a purple-skinned tiefling. He has short nubbed horns on the side. They're only about yay big. Tail curled up behind him. Welcome to the Rangers Guild. How can I help you guys?
We were finishing a job and just checking in. Would Belfour be around by chance?
I can send him a message if you'd like.
Yes.
And he looks across you guys. Nope.
Actually, if you have a piece of paper, I'd like to write him a thank you card.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
He pulls out a small, notepad thing. Is there someone you'd like him to meet you?
Oh, I mean, we are going back to the Brambleberry Inn,
Huh?
I believe, for at least for the night. But we did deal with the issue of the giant woods.
Oh, you guys took care of that?
Yes.
That's great news. I'm sure everybody will be a little bit more at ease.
Yeah.
Especially with the trade routes. The trade routes opening up again. There'll be a lot of fun here.
Don't know who you have investigating that kind of magic, but you give him this, and this might kind of give him some insight with the vial of the black acre and the purple vines that I gathered. I'm just gonna here.
Well, if you could get it back down to the tower.
Looking in, the purple vine that was in your jar has since withered into a little collection of ash, but you still have a jar of the black acre.
Okay. I'll still give them both and be like, this was the evil that was corrupting the Giants forest. If you can figure out the source, well, we
And
killed
he
the source.
very hesitantly takes them. Alright. He's handling
If
it
you have
super
somebody
carefully.
going
He's
down to the tower, that would be a perfect. thing to send with them.
I'll let them know. And he's like holding it outwards as he's like comes up to the door.
Stoppers in there. You'll be fine, dear.
Kicks the door twice.
Oh.
Somebody opens up and he goes, whispers in, hands it off. Alright, Belfour will meet you at the Brambleberry Inn.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
fine. I do just write a little quick note of going, like, in case they...
Mm-hmm.
It just says, you don't need to stop by if you don't want to. I just wanted to say thank you. Barak was a wonderful lead, and it led to figuring out a lot of information. And if you hadn't told us, we would have never figured it out ourselves.
Yeah. Guys, head back to the Brambleberry. It is packed, just like the previous night. Just as busy. People are drinking, eating. Music is playing.
Are you
I'm
gonna
gonna get
dance?
a drink and go sit right up front and cough along to the music.
Yeah.
Forget she's not actually a spy.
Yeah. They seem enthused by you coming and joining, sitting right in front of them, like clapping along, and it kind of keeps them upbeat now, and they start actually switching their tune into a more like almost on beat with your clapping. Cool. The night, about an hour passes, and Krista, give me a perception check.
That's not the right one. Plus 7, 21.
21.
Yes.
Okay.
Perception, yes.
You catch him just as he's coming up to your table. A cloaked figure approaches the table and sits down. Didn't quite see him come in the door. Sits down on the chair next to you, kicks feet up on the table, flicks his head, and the cowl on the cloak rolls back to show his red hair. Belfour is sitting there, looks at you and goes, "I heard you did well."
We did. We wouldn't have done quite as well had you not suggested Barak. He knew a lot of information.
He's been a friend to the Rangers for a long time.
Speaking of maybe friends to the Rangers,
Mm-hmm.
he said that his people went north with a small friend.
Oh, someone of normal size. Yeah,
Mhm.
that doesn't surprise.
A
Kind of
ranger.
surprises me. He said it was a ranger.
Well, he said that the last person that he saw in the woods was a ranger. About 5 years ago.
Do you think it's associated to the sickness that started in the forest?
I don't know. I don't think so because... So, when we went, there was a giant with a handprint, black handprint. Which I think if you
So
knew
it's all
anything
connected.
about what was going to the tower...
Oh, I was there at the meeting.
But I will say that Barak said his people left with this ranger in tow. Or with a small person in tow. I guess I can't guarantee it is the same ranger. But I don't think his people would have been traveling with a ranger that had done this. Like, if the ranger had done it. But...
Any lead on who it is? Did he give you any descriptors of them?
we didn't dive that much into it.
Right.
So...
We can always follow up with him. His memory's not that great, though.
Yeah, and he did say that the giant that we fought in the grotto was already a banished one. And probably would have came back 4 years ago, the giant, because that's when the sickness started.
Okay.
So,
Well, somehow he's still connected to the rest of the shit going on.
yeah.
Alright.
We're thinking about possibly going up north.
It's dangerous roads.
Seeing if we can find your
Even the rangers
X.
don't like traveling across those frozen fields.
Seeing if we could find an ex-ranger that might be up there.
There's a few. There's plenty of rangers that disappear up
Don't
there.
know if we necessarily
Whether
are
they
going to, but
whether they walk away or whether they're killed, can't really confirm. But yeah, it's a possibility. You said how long ago was this?
well,
That
Borak said that the last person he saw in the forest was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And was a small person. Ranger. He did say ranger for that one. Then he said that his people left with a small person in tow.
And this was close to the same time that things started happening awry.
His people left to try to find a better place.
You see he looks around a little bit, especially looks at the bar and is watching both bartenders, the kid and the mother.
Yeah.
Expect. I'm gonna be honest, this isn't quite the place to talk about it,
I
but there was an incident involving a missing ranger about 5 years ago that could be connected.
we've
was-
heard too.
Good friends with Borak for a while. In fact, he was next in line behind Graham to take over the Rangers Guild, and he disappeared 5 years ago after killing his friend.
Yep. We've heard something too. That one over there, he hears information that I don't, so. Do you have any advice about going up north?
Your one friend, she's a member of the guild, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the backseat one, clapping along the music there.
Yeah.
Alright. I can rent out an older map. Normally, we only for the most part, we don't let common folk up in the frozen fields, and especially they never make it to the mountains. But if she's a part of the guild, it means that she'll have access to the northern lands. We can give you a rough map of the frozen fields, and if she's already a member, then she'll probably get a little bump up in rank, so nobody questions it. And if any of you would like to, not part of the guild, and interested in signing up, I think the Rangers would be happy to take you.
I'd actually think about it.
But wear warm clothing.
Yes. Some of us
wood's,
don't necessarily need it.
wood's hard to find up there, so it's hard to pack for fires. If you have any sort of magical assistance in starting a fire, it's pretty important up there. Stick with the river if you can, head north. Eventually it freezes over, and after the last split, it's safe to walk on. However, the reason I say stick with it is the frozen plains all look the same. It's really easy to get lost, and without proper direction, you can wander off and never find your way home. If you stick with the river, you at least know your north and south.
It's true.
When the winds pick up and the ice storms start, the fog blocks out the sun, makes it difficult to track
How
west and
long
east, and so it's not your easiest.
How long
route.
until storm season?
It's already here.
Have to talk with Manny.
Ah.
Don't know if he wants to go there.
If
I think our best bet, even of tracking this black hand, would be to go north at this point. So if you
Fair.
communicate with the tower,
we'll send word.
I shared with Terrace as much as I could. Basically let him know the forest is cleared out and that we might be heading north. But if what was in the grotto came from up north, that's where they banished it to, was up north. The best bet is whatever it ran into was up north.
Alright.
So, what happens if we find a ranger that might have disappeared 5 years from now? Or 5 years ago?
Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't try and fight your way out of it.
Okay.
There's a reason he was second in line to take over the guild. He is skilled and deadly.
Okay. Is he just stay gone?
I didn't know him that well. In fact, when he did disappear, I was still just a ranger. I hadn't made great clothes yet, and I've heard a lot of stories. He's not somebody you want to be on the wrong side of a sword from.
Okay.
So
But reasonable?
If you do find yourself face to face, try and talk your way out.
Okay.
And honestly,
Somebody else making notes about this, because I can't remember for next week, just so we know, in case anyone else.
and,
Oh, touche.
uh,
I hate you.
last thing, if you do get the chance to talk to him, I know some people here who could use the closure.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Looks like we might do the insane thing and go north. Do you know of anywhere that sells magical, like, rings or anything?
Yeah. There's a shop. It's just on the other side of the square. Little cobalt lady, name's Guido.
I love it. You might know somebody that she might be related to. Okay, thank you. And thanks for coming over tonight.
No problem. Again, take the consideration to join the Rangers Guild seriously. Tell your friend that she'll expect some rewards, personal rewards, if we're going to be granting her a higher rank in the guild. However, you know, as you know, once you sign up for a guild, we demand commitment.
Yes.
Alright, best of luck to all of you.
Thank you.
And I hope I see you guys after.
So do we.
Alright. I've got to get back out there. Which point kicks up off the chair, starts to walk into the crowd, and you see him, he flicks his hood up before crossing paths with somebody else, and you don't see him leave the building. He just disappears into the crowd.
Looks like we'll head
Are there anything you guys are doing?
I'm probably just gonna be at that central bar.
Okay. The kid has been sitting on the opposite side of the bar serving other patrons than you the entire time. Whatever side of wherever you're sitting on that circular bar, he seems
goes
to
to
be
the opposite.
He goes to the opposite. He moves around the bar.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's serving.
Oh. So then it's the woman who's serving me
Mm-hmm.
on that side. Okay, well, I'll just make small talk, nothing
Yeah.
too crazy, just sipping on some beer, serving the crowd.
Yeah. As soon as your beer gets low, she grabs one of the hoses hanging down with the handles and fills it back up. Okay. Is Sal'enna doing anything?
No, she's being moody in her room.
Oh. She said Bob's gone. Oh.
Awesome. Anything else you guys are doing tonight?
No, I'm assuming shops are closed, so.
Oh yeah, it's late evening. Okay.
And Sunday.
You
Going to
guys
sleep.
can all take a long rest. I'll be sending out a message to each of you for your characters specifically,
What?
and we're gonna call the session there.
Oh,
Cool.
I didn't even get to go shopping.
Cool.
Do I get to recover from my exhaustion?
Yes, thank you. You do get to recover from your point of exhaustion.
Yay!
Any updates you want to tell? Anything?
No.
Announcements?
Announcements.
Still on for the 15th. I'll still be here.
Aw.
2 weeks.
Just remember, we will be on next week for our other campaign that we host here, and that on Thursday we will also have a lore night. I might be bringing in one of our players to talk a little bit more about his character. And that's what we've got going on for this week. I will have more announcements at the next session. Have a great night.